high school madness here on the Ford Game of the Week on Your View. It's the OSSAA Girls Class 5A State Basketball Tournament. Hi everybody, Mike Ziegenhorn alongside my buddy Steve Marshall. And today we got a showdown between Rogers and Lawton. On paper, it looks like it could be a blowout.
Yeah, 23-3 for Tulsa Rogers. Eisenhower comes in with just a record of 14-13. Obviously, they're playing their best basketball of the season right now, which is when it's most important. And as we all know, you wipe the slates clean and get ready for the final weekend of basketball.
Yeah, one and done, so you better win or you'll be going home. Here's your starters for Lawton Eisenhower. Haley Horton, Kellyanna Sanders, Naomi Smith, and Michaela Hall, and they're joined by our preview player.
Yeah, Ginger Reese. Ginger Reese comes in. She averages 15 points a game. Great competitor, according to coach. She hates to lose. She's already been committed to Arkansas, so she's going to be the one to watch for Lawton Eisenhower.
And for Rogers, we're going to highlight two players who are joined by Quiana Love, Notori Graham, and Devin Wright.
Yeah, Lakara Jordan, she's the leading scorer in the team. She knocks down 14 a game. And rebound-wise, it's Nakia Cullum who leads the way with 10 rebounds per contest.
All right, the tip-off is coming up next. Stay tuned here on Your View. The Ford Game of the Week, Lawton and Rogers.
It's the one and only Ford Truck Month, the place to find one-of-a-kind deals on Ford F-Series and the brand with the most J.D. Power IQS and Appeal Awards. With best-in-class towing and torque, these bad boys make the rules and break them. That's why it's America's best-selling truck 42 years straight. But like ribs at a barbecue, these deals won't last long. Ford Truck Month. It's buy now time, partner. Get 0 for 72 months with 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days plus $2,500 cash back on F-150. Only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
It's about cars, about why we love them, the roads we drive, and the places we go. Driven, from the classics to new tech and toys to more than a couple laps around the track. Driven tells the stories from the road with a few car buying tips and some advice to keep your car on the road and off the rack. Sundays at 5:30 on Your View. Driven, the drive, the adventure.
For many kids, just showing up to school is a challenge. Staying through graduation is even harder. So at communities and schools, we do just what our name says. Our staff brings a community of resources to meet each student's needs right in their school, doing whatever it takes to keep kids focused, so they see what we see, a bright future. Join in at communitiesinschools.org.
Coming up this week on Oklahoma Sports Scene, we'll have the head football coach of the University of Tulsa, Philip Montgomery, and the voice of the Golden Hurricane, Bruce Howard. Jay Smith, the former University of Oklahoma football player who has a very interesting story and will tell us about that in his book. And then, of course, we have Henry Primo because it's Mardi Gras week. Right. And then for the coach and the student athlete of the month and a quick excerpt of how the state championships are going to go in basketball, Barry Lewis from the Tulsa World. Join us on Oklahoma Sports Scene. Look forward to having you with us.
Stripes and bright stars. Now let's meet the starters. First for Lady Eagles of Eisenhower. At guard, a 5'4" senior, number 11, Hallie Horton. At forward, a 5'8" freshman, number 15, Kelviana Sanders. At guard, a 5'9" sophomore, number 22, Naomi Smith. At forward, a 6'2" sophomore, number 32, Michaela Hall. And at forward, a 6-foot senior, number 35, Ginger Reese. Later Eagles are coached by Daniel Wall with assistant coaches Brett Bindell and James Sevels. Their record is 14-13. They rank number 8 in the state. Now let's meet the starters for the Lady Ropers and Will Rogers. At guard, a 5'6" sophomore, number 1, Jordan Payne. At guard, a 5'5" junior, number 3, LaToria Graham. At guard, a 5'7" senior, number 11, LaCara Jordan. At forward, a 5'10" junior, number 24, Devin Wright. And at guard, a 5'8" junior, number 31, Nakia Cullum. Head coach for Lady Ropers is Colin Atkinson. Assistant coaches Kathy Bailey and Holly Birmingham. Their record is 23-3, and they're ranked number 3 in the state. Your officials for this game, Kevin Lynch, Rick Smith, and Mitchell Owen.
Welcome back to the Mabee Center on the campus of Oral Roberts University. Mike Ziegenhorn, Steve Marshall, and the rest of our YearView crew with you on this Thursday afternoon. Don't you love the first week in March?
You know, the weather got a lot better, didn't it?
Yes. Well, other than the weather, we got great basketball.
Absolutely.
And it's that time of year. Then all the college tournaments are starting up as well, and we'll have all kinds of madness the next week. But it's high school time right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Front and center stage where it belongs. Great sport. These kids have battled throughout practices in November, games and tournament action in December and January, going through all the postseason rounds through the month of February. And here we are, 8 teams left in the 5A girls state tournament.
Rogers in white, Lawton in their road dark uniforms, and the Lady Ropers corral the opening tip. And we are underway at ORU. First pass tipped away, bounced around and out of bounds. Off Rogers, and a turnover for the Ropers to start things off. Gotta love the environment here at ORU, don't you, Steve? It's just great for all these kids to get a chance to play on a college basketball team.
Well, and you wonder, too, how the kids are going to respond. You know, for Tulsa Rogers, of course, playing in the Tulsa metro area. And you would say, well, Lawton's probably, you know, playing a lot of conference games. But they played very much a 6A schedule this year. That could probably be taken into account with their 14-13 record. They played a lot of the top teams in Class 6A, too.
Ginger Reese with the miss, but sophomore Michaela Hall gets the offensive rebound and is fouled. She puts it in. The foul was on number 11, LaCara Jordan, for Rogers. Lawton on the board first. Hall hits them both, and it's a 2-0 lead. And another turnover. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Lady Ropers. 23-3 on the year, ranked number 3 in the state. The second time in a quarter century that they've had 20 wins in a season. How about that? Long 3-ball from outside. Haley Horton is good. And it's quickly 5-0.
Tulsa Rogers still looking to get their first shot off in the game. As you mentioned, 2 turnovers earlier, so you would have to say that early on it looks as though Eisenhower has adapted quite well.
Carlin Adkisson is the Rogers head coach in his 4th season as the head coach. Lady Ropers just moving the ball around. And that baseline jumper is going to be a foul. That Tori Graham is fouled. She'll have a chance to shoot 2.
So at the free throw line for Lady Ropers is LaCara Jordan.
She misses the first. And missed them both. And a fight for the rebound, jump ball, and it's going to go to Lawton. Kind of start that the Ropers wanted, Steve. 2 turnovers, a couple of missed free throws. Now full court pressure. They have found themselves better off when they run that full court pressure. And now a foul down low. Second of the game against the Ropers.
Good hustle there by Haley Horton. She got the shot off, was blocked, was able to fight, battle, and get it back, even though she's listed at just 5'3".
Reese throws it outside. Horton, too strong. Rebound to the Ropers. Here they come. Jordan Payne. Long 3 ball, nothing but the bottom of the net for Natori Graham.
Makes it a 5-3 contest. And now it looks like Tulsa Rogers is going to get the turnover and keep the basketball.
Their full court pressure. Putting it on Lawton. Jordan Payne running the offense.
Drop back into a 2-1-2 zone defensive look. Ropers hit the 3 in their last possession. Eisenhower, you'd have to say, has a height advantage, although it's not by a lot.
Another 3, that one too strong from Graham. Here they come the other way. Horton dumps it off to the right side to Naomi Smith. Back to Reese, foul line jumper, in and out. Another offensive rebound, and that one is good. Michaela Hall.
7-2, Lady Eagles on top.
5:15 to go, first quarter of action. 4-point lead for Lawton. Air ball and an offensive rebound. Down low for the Ropers, Devin Wright. 7-5 game now. 3 minutes gone, first quarter. Again, pressure from the Ropers. Horton stepping into it. And another offensive rebound for Lawton. And Reese gets called with the travel. This Lawton team starts 2 seniors, 2 sophomores, and 1 freshman. And that freshman is Kelviana Sanders. Meanwhile, for Rogers, no freshman even on the roster. And they are an older team with 4 sophomores, 4 juniors, and 4 seniors. Team that kind of had to turn it on, Steve, near the end of the season. Even though 23-3, they fell behind late in the season in some games and had to use that full court pressure as Graham hits another 3 to get back in it and win some games, and they have their first lead. 4:23 to go in the first quarter. It's 8-7 now. Rogers. The driving bucket good by Naomi Smith. Lawton takes the lead back by 1. Renee Love out top, working it against that Lawton zone. A drive and a foul. Makia Cullum got hacked. She will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Talked to the coach for Eisenhower before the contest, Daniel Wall, and he said their keys to victory were going to have to be to value every position that they have. They definitely have to out-rebound them. They feel like they have the size advantage there, and therefore they want to see a lot of one-and-done situations. He said he set the turnover number at 15 to his girls and said, if we can stay below that, we've got a chance and we can win this ball game.
Collum ties it up and then gives the Ropers the lead back. 3 lead changes already here in the first 5 minutes of this one. Lawton jumped out to a 5-0 lead. Long 3 from the outside off the mark. And Olivia Choney. The Ropers have it back. Here comes Reese on the rebound. Trying to take it the length of the court, loses it as she goes behind her back, and timeout for Rogers. Each team still trying to get acclimated. They hadn't played since last weekend, and you're on a big court in a huge environment. One and done type deal, and you can tell nerves a little bit taking place.
Yeah,
right?
we've seen a couple of air balls. We've seen some really turnovers that both teams would not be very happy with. So shaky beginning for both ball clubs, but they're starting to get the feel of it. Should be good the rest of the way.
Well, we got more games coming up for you here at the Mabee Center at 3:30 this afternoon. Coweta and El Reno will play in our second quarterfinal matchup. Then we'll be back here for another doubleheader tonight, East Central and Piedmont, followed by Ardmore and Pryor. That's at 8:30. Catch all the 5A girls quarterfinal games on the 4 game of the week right here on Your View, Channel 3. Great to be back here at the Mabee Center. The last couple of years we had 6A and 5A boys. They rotate them. This year 5A girls, next year will bounce back to 6A girls. And Lawton comes out in some pressure. Rogers breaks it, and they get an easy bucket on the other end. Devin Wright for 2.
Biggest lead so far at 12-9 for the Lady Ropers.
3 minutes left in the first quarter.
Statman Don King hands me this. Lawton Eisenhower, 8 rebounds so far, 4 of those on the offensive end. Rogers has just 3, but they're making their shots too. Right now they've got the 3-point advantage.
Driving Graham. And we're going to have a foul. And it's going to be against Ginger Reese. That'll be her first. She's the one we highlighted in the open. Averages 15 a game. 6 foot. Right up there with Michaela Hall as one of the tallest players on this Lawton team. Hall is 6'1".
Yeah, Reese has not scored yet, despite averaging those 15 points a contest.
Both free throws are good.
Quick little 6-0 run now for Tulsa Rogers to go up by 5.
Haley Horton has it. There it is, 3 ball for Maurice. Her first points. 2:12 to go first quarter. It's a 14-12 lead for the Rogers Ropers.
Very important for Lawton Eisenhower for her to knock down that outside shot. Otherwise the defense just collapses and close the rest of the lanes. Here's a turnover.
Renee Love broke down the defense and then back the other way. Horton's shot is rejected. Scramble for the loose ball. Well, great hustling defense by Nakia Cullen to come back and block the shot. Check it out, Steve.
Now they're going to call a foul on Jordan. As you see, taking it to the hoop. Great block from behind. Ball was loose there on the end line and then tried to stave it back in. And so doing, ended up causing a foul called against Tulsa Rogers.
Reese tries a little floater. Off the defensive board to Nakia Cullen. 14-12 our score. Rogers in front, minute and a half to go first quarter. That shot is long. It's tougher to shoot in these big arenas if you haven't done it all season long. Naomi Smith out top to Reese. Horton fake. Lost it and double dribble. So a turnover by Lawton. Each team with 3 fouls, and it's a 14-12 game. Rogers up with 1:12 to go in the first.
Horton going to take a seat, as you see there. Her replacement is Anjali Clayton, 5'7" junior guard, checking in for Lawton Eisenhower.
So Quinn Love works it up court for the Ropers.
Final minute here in this first quarter of play.
Three ball, right side, in and out. Offensive rebound for Rogers. Great inside move by Notori Graham. She's got 8 to lead the way, and it's a 4-point lead for the Ropers. Final 30 seconds. Reese, step back, foul line jumper. Smith, the rebound, got it to go.
Good effort.
Ball, rather.
Good effort on the offensive boards to keep fighting, keep the ball alive, and get it up off the rim and have it bounce around and fall in good.
3 seconds to go in the quarter. Long three ball is short from Quinn Love, and that's the end of one. The Rogers Ropers lead at 16-14. It's the Ford game of the week, OSSA 5A girls basketball on your view.
Okay, it's Ford Truck Month, and here's how it works. You take Ford F-150, work in best-in-class towing and payload, sweeten up the offer, and boom. You save a stack of cash on the brand with the most J.D. Power, IQS, and Appeal awards. And it's America's best-selling truck 42 years straight. It's buy now time, people. Get 0 for 72 months with 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days, plus $2,500 cash back on F-150. Only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
It's about cars, about why we love them, the roads we drive, and the places we go. Driven, from the classics to new tech and toys to more than a couple laps around the track. Driven tells the stories from the road with a few car buying tips and some advice to keep your car on the road and off the rack. Sundays at 5:30 on Your View. Driven, the drive, the adventure.
We're back at the magnificent Mabee Center on the campus of Oral Roberts University. It's our Ford game of the week. Mike Ziegenhorn, Steve Marshall with you on this Thursday afternoon. The OSSA 5A state basketball playoffs. This is the first of 4 games being played here today.
Get your popcorn, Mike.
I've got it, baby. It's loaded up. Quick work inside out of the break. Devin Wright's got 6 as she puts that 2 on the board.
Good pass work, and then they found her open in the middle. Used her length, her athleticism, got it up, got the easy 2.
Coming up next after this one, El Rino and Coweta. Outside jumper, in and out from Naomi Smith. Quinn Love running the point for head coach Carlin Adkisson. Another deep 3. Those are NBA threes.
Yeah, those are long ones.
Quinn Love was too strong. Here comes Horton. And we're going to have a charge as she picks up the foul. That's her first.
Good job by Tulsa Rogers on defense, holding the ground. Horton has already shown here early in her previous possessions that she's not afraid to take it to the hole and very aggressive. Even though listed at just 5'3" to get inside, defender stands her ground and draws the foul. She's in that high-low post against the zone defenses. Works pretty well for him here early on. 23-3, as you mentioned. Their only losses came to Oologah at the Oologah tournament. They've lost to Edmond North and to Grove at the at a tournament. So they ended up beating number 6 Coweta to qualify for the state championship.
Started the season 11-0 before that first loss, Will Rogers. Reese's shot too strong off the back iron. Horton twisting her way inside. 18-14 the score. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Reese again. Horton, short. Rebound comes to the Ropers. Deanna Floyd. Renee Love works it left side over to Nakia Collins. Back out front they go to Notori Graham. Up in the middle of the lane, and nice jumper, good ball movement too that time by the Ropers as Nakia Collins scores again. She's got 4. And it's a 6-point lead for Rogers. 5.5 to go, second quarter. And they found something against that Lawton zone, haven't they?
They really have. They've done a good job on getting it inside and sharing the ball between the bigs in there. And they've been able to knock it down. And, you know, since the game started with Eisenhower on that 5-0 lead, it's a 20-9 run right now that Tulsa Rogers is enjoying, thus leading here by 6.
Check out the latest episode of Driven Sunday evening at 5:30. This week's Driven, Bead Mania. It's Mardi Gras in New Orleans, and Tom Gregory hitches a ride in one of the city's famous carnival parades. Plus, from Newport, Rhode Island to Lincoln, Nebraska, we get inside the looks at 2 of the nation's best car museums. It's on Your View Extra, Channel 93. That's Sunday at 5:30. Mardi Gras time. This is the best time of year to be down in New Orleans.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of beads thrown this time of year.
I picture you as a big bead collector. You know, one thing for sure that Lawton Eisenhower needs to do, they need to figure out a way to keep, you know, Michaela Hall involved on the offense. She has 6 points already, but to me, she needs to touch the ball almost every time they bring it down the floor.
Reese's shot off again. And Reese has really struggled. She's only hit 1 bucket here in the first half. 1 out of 7 in the game. That's your leading scorer. If they want to keep pace in this game, she's going to have to get some shots to go, Steve.
Yeah, Nadia Smith averages 11, so does Michaela Hall. So between those 3, that's where most of your scoring comes from.
Again, just great patience and nice ball movement, an easy bucket for Devin Wright. She's got 8. And that's the largest lead at 8 for Rogers.
Well, you need your answer bucket if you're Lawton Eisenhower.
And that one is off. Olivia Chell.
The Eagles don't seem to be very patient on offense right now. Getting the first opportunity, hoisting up the shot, not to their success here. And
inside, offensive rebound, and put back is good again.
I think it was right.
Right again, yeah. She is right on. She's got 10, and that's what they lead by, 10. 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Ginger Reese hits the 3. Her second make. All right. I'm not being patient. That took them 10 seconds to come down and fire up a shot and get back in it.
I always say the good shooters, the guys who score a lot of points, they might miss a lot, but they sure do make a lot. When you shoot a lot, it usually happens.
Left side 3, too long. And remember, we're on a college court, so the high school 3, as you see right there, is the white line. The darker black line is what they have for college.
That Trey Young line is right out there in their midcourt.
Yeah. Hall shot in and out. Reese comes to get the rebound, and she scores. She needed that 3 to get some energy going.
Just like that, a 10-point lead's back down to 5.
3 minutes to go in the second quarter. This is 5A OSSAA State Girls Basketball Playoffs. First of 4 games for you here on the 4th game of the week.
5A boys, 6A girls and boys also going on. And then down in Oklahoma City, you've got 2, 3, and 4A boys and girls down at the fairgrounds, the big house they call it in Oklahoma City.
Rogers going to take the air out of the ball for a few minutes.
I thought they've been moving the ball real well offensively. That's going to be a charge.
Charge against the Ropers. Well, they pulled Lawton out of the zone and went man. As soon as they went man, they just attacked, but a little too much of attack by Nakia Cullum. And that is her first foul.
2:29 still yet to go here in this first half of play. After a 10-point lead, Eisenhower looking to cut it. They've already cut that in half. See if they can cut further into that lead.
Reese again backs up. And a foul on Lawton on the rebound. Just the 15th foul. So still no 1-and-1. 2 minutes to go before the break. 24-19 our score. Rogers in front. Quinay Love dribbling up top. Love all the way to the bucket, off the glass and good. Her first points of the afternoon. And quickly back the other way, Naomi Smith dumps it off in the corner. Shot too strong by Haley Horton. Up against Ginger Reese was Notori Graham at 5'5", giving up 7 inches to Reese. And then we have a foul on Rogers. Looks like it's going to be on Quinay Love. And that'll be her first foul. 15 fouls, so each team has 5 team fouls.
Well, just 1:24 left to go, Mike, and Lawton Eisenhower led early, trailed by 10, got back to within 5. Big possession here late in the first half.
Hall's shot is off. And here come the Ropers. Brianna Thomas gets it back out top to Quinay Love. She is guarded by Kelviana Sanders. Final minute here in the first half. Love nearly lost it. Baseline jumper in and out from Nakia Cullum. Here comes Ginger Reese. She got it to go. She's got 10. 20 seconds to go in the half. 5-point lead for the Ropers, 26-21. Long three, no good from Love, and that's the way the first half comes to an end. 26-21 the score. Rogers Ropers lead it by 5 over the Lawton Eagles. Pretty entertaining first half. Lawton jumped out to a 5-0 lead, trailed at 16-14 after 1. And then Rogers rattled off the first 8 points of the second quarter to grab a 10-point lead. And Lawton has come back to within 5, and now here's Steve Marshall.
All right, with Coach Carl Adkism, 26-21, 5-point lead. You guys look like you really did a good job handling their zone defense.
Yeah, we did, but we got to get the rebound. We letting them get a lot of second chance points, and we're not blocking out, and it's just leading to some fast breaks, and it's not good for us right now. So we got to get on them boards.
What other than that is going to be your halftime speech to the girls? What's it going to take to come out on top?
poised, staying patient, understanding what they're giving us on offense, and just taking advantage of that.
All right, good luck in the second half.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it. Back to you, Mike.
All right, thanks a lot, Steve. 26-21 our score. Rogers on top of Lawton. You're watching the Ford Game of the Week on Your View.
It's the one and only Ford Truck Month, the place to find one-of-a-kind deals on Ford F-Series and the brand with the most J.D. Power, IQS, and Appeal Awards. With best-in-class towing and torque, these bad boys make the rules and break them. That's why it's America's best-selling truck 42 years straight. But like ribs at a barbecue, these deals won't last long. Ford Truck Month. It's buy now time, partner. Now during Ford Truck Month, get $22.50 cash back on the 2019 Super Duty. Only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
My name is Dylan Straup, and I am the general manager of iFly Indoor Skydiving in Oklahoma City. So iFly is a multifaceted company that uses wind tunnels to deliver the dream of flight to all of our customers, while also delivering the sport of body flight. And we also use our wind tunnels to help professional skydivers from all around the world train. We recently partnered with iFly with DreamWorks Universal Studios to bring our customers a video from the How to Train Your Dragon movie. The video gets customers fully immersed in the world of Burke from the movies and also gets you guys up close and personal to a couple of the key characters from the movies. The How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality video is a highly exhilarating one that our instructors take customers through from start to finish. There are a lot of breathtaking descents, sharp turns and maneuvers through and around cliffs, and they make sure that you get up close and personal and even have to maneuver around some of the characters from the movie. The video is fun for all ages, no matter whether you're young, old, or a kid that's seen all the movies and is the biggest fan in the world. iFly is the only place that has the How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality experience.
Coming up this week on Oklahoma Sports Scene, we'll have the head football coach of the University of Tulsa, Philip Montgomery, and the voice of the Golden Hurricane, Bruce Howard. Jay Smith, the former University of Oklahoma football player who has a very interesting story and will tell us about that in his book. And then, of course, we have Henry Primo because it's Mardi Gras week. Right. And then for the coach and the student athlete of the month and a quick excerpt of how the state championships are going to go in basketball, Barry Lewis from the Tulsa World. Join us on Oklahoma Sports Scene. Look forward to having you with us.
It's halftime, 26-21. Rogers on top of Lawton, and it's the SSAA Girls 5A State Basketball, and a great way to get this one tipped off today.
Good first game. Obviously, Lawton Eisenhower got off to the good start. Tulsa Rogers has responded. They have the 5-point advantage right now. You heard Coach Adkism talk about what his kids need to do, and we'll visit with Coach Hall here a little later.
It was off to a quick start for Lawton. Haley Horton hits the three from the outside. They got up to an early 5-0 lead, and then Rogers settled down after turning it over on their first couple of possessions.
Yeah, and they were able to get things going and get things moving. There's Reese getting the shot, and then they go inside. Hall was able to add 2 points there for Lawton Eisenhower. But then they started to figure things out offensively, did Tulsa Rogers, and they got the ball inside. A lot of point-blank shots, as you're seeing right there, finishing real strong and getting the necessary points. Reese finally hits another long outside shot as she got things going. She was quiet for a good part of it, but when she gets going, boy, she can score them in a hurry.
She scored the last 7 points for her team in that first half as they trailed by 10, and they have cut the lead to 5. She has 10 here in the first half. Rogers shooting 45% in the first half, Lawton just 30%, so playing in this big arena can make a little bit of a difference. We're going to take a break, more halftime. Coming up on Your View, it's the Ford Game of the Week.
It's the one and only Ford Truck Month, the place to find one-of-a-kind deals on Ford F-Series and the brand with the most J.D. Power, IQS, and Appeal Awards. With best-in-class towing and torque, these bad boys make the rules and break them. That's why it's America's best-selling truck 42 years straight. But like ribs at a barbecue, these deals won't last long. Ford Truck Month. It's buy now time, partner. Get 0 for 72 months with 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days plus $2,500 cash back on F-150. Only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
For many kids, just showing up to school is a challenge. Staying through graduation is even harder. So at communities and schools, we do just what our name says. Our staff brings a community of resources to meet each student's needs right in their school, doing whatever it takes to keep kids focused, so they see what we see, a bright future. Join in at communitiesinschools.org.
It's about cars, about why we love them, the roads we drive, and the places we go. Driven, from the classics to new tech and toys to more than a couple laps around the track. Driven tells the stories from the road with a few car buying tips and some advice to keep your car on the road and off the rack. Sundays at 5:30 on Your View. Driven, the drive, the adventure.
We're back at the Mabee Center on the campus of Oral Roberts University. Rogers leads it over Eisenhower 26-21. And a back and forth first half. Rogers took the lead midway through the first quarter. They led it by 2 after 1. Built a 10-point lead midway through that second quarter. And now they lead it by 5 as we go through halftime. Steve Marshall is now with the head coach of Eisenhower. Steve.
Coach, down by 5 at halftime, got off to a real good start. What'd you tell your girls at the break?
We just got to calm down a little bit, run through our offense, go inside, come back out, and then let's knock some shots down. I think we'll be fine.
You said you wanted to keep the turnovers, under 15. You guys only turned it over 6 times. That went well. You did a good job on the boards. Just seemed like maybe too many shots from the outside. You maybe need to get it inside more.
Absolutely, 100%. That was what we told the girls. Okay, let's not settle for the first thing that presents itself. Let's run the offense. The more they got to move around on defense, the more tired they'll get. Then we'll start getting some layups and some better shots.
All right, good luck in the second half.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Back to you, Zig.
All right, thanks a lot, Steve. 5-point lead. Second half coming up right here on the Ford Game of the Week on Your View.
If you want a car from a company that's been building them for 115 years, get a Ford. If you want Waze and Amazon Alexa compatibility, get a Ford. If you want a car that doesn't have any of that, get anything but a Ford. Otherwise, you're gonna want a Ford.
Drive a new 2019 Ford Escape, now with $4,500 total savings, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
My name is Dylan Straup, and I am the general manager of iFly Indoor Skydiving in Oklahoma City. So iFly is a multifaceted company that uses wind tunnels to deliver the dream of flight to all of our customers, while also delivering the sport of body flight. And we also use our wind tunnels to help professional skydivers from all around the world train. We recently partnered with iFly with DreamWorks Universal Studios to bring our customers a video from the How to Train Your Dragon movie. The video gets customers fully immersed in the world of Burke from the movies and also gets you guys up close and personal to a couple of the key characters from the movies. The How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality video is a highly exhilarating one that our instructors take customers through from start to finish. There are a lot of breathtaking descents, sharp turns and maneuvers through and around cliffs, and they make sure that you get up close and personal and even have to maneuver around some of the characters from the movie. The video is fun for all ages, no matter whether you're young, old, or a kid that's seen all the movies and is the biggest fan in the world. iFly is the only place that has the How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality experience.
Welcome back to the Mabee Center on this first Thursday in the month of March. High School Madness. Rogers leads Eisenhower 26-21. You're watching the Ford Game of the Week. It's girls 5A state basketball OSSA tournament. Steve, your first half stats, what do you think?
Well, I think as we talk with both coaches there at the intermission, you can see that Lady Eagles are not really getting the shot that they want. 8 of 26 from the floor, not really getting it done there. Field goal percentage in the first half, just 30.8%. On the other hand, Tulsa Rogers, they'll probably take 10 out of 22 all the time. A lot of the problems with the Eisenhower shots were so many of them were from long distance. Just 3 of 12 in three-point field goals. Free throws, kind of call it even. Rebounds, Eisenhower expected to have an advantage there. As I asked the coach, he said he wanted to turn it over 15 times or less. They've only turned it over 6, but yet they find themselves behind on the scoreboard. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they weren't getting the shots that they really need to be looking for.
Yeah, for Locke. 8 of their 18 rebounds coming on the offensive end, so they're hitting the boards on their misses. Other games here today, you see Rogers and Eisenhower, that one going on now. El Reno and Coweta will play at 3:30 this afternoon. Then at 7 o'clock tonight, East Central will host Piedmont. Piedmont, the #1 team in girls 5A, and then after that, Pryor and Ardmore. Ought to be a pretty good night session. Really, the Coweta El Reno game ought to be good. We got 4 good games going on here today at ORU.
Yeah, tonight you've got numbers 1, 2, 4, and 7 all in that lower half of the bracket. Here we've got number 3 against number 8, and then our next game coming up, Rino number 10 and Coweta number 6. As of course, as we said, though, all that goes out the window when you start playing, and it's for keeps now.
Should I go get my Powerball tickets? 1, 2, 4, 7?
Yes. You got to break in between games.
Yeah. Second half underway, 26-21, and immediately they work the ball inside to Michaela Hall for an easy bucket. That's what the coach dialed up in the locker room, isn't it?
That's what he wants to see. Took a lot of shots from deep outside, only hit 3 of the 12, so they want to come out and control the boards too.
Kara Jordan's shot too strong to the right. Haley Horton gets it off to Ginger Reese. She's going to take it all the way in. Layup good, and they've scored the first 4 here in the second half. It's a 1-point game.
Kind of like the first half when they went out to a 5-0 lead, only to see Tulsa Rogers respond and score, I think it was 20-9 in a one run that got them up by 6. Right now, just a 1-point ball game.
And now a turnover, 5th turnover of the game for the Lady Ropers. Lawton tried to take the lead. Naomi Smith's shot was no good, and a travel against Eisenhower. I think they had the longest bus ride of anybody here today.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Another hour west of Oklahoma City.
It's a good 3-hour bus ride, isn't it?
Probably so. It's 2 hours from my house, and it's about an hour exactly from where I live in South Oklahoma City to the outskirts of Lawton.
Kia Cullum looking at her coach, Carlin Adkisson, who's in his 4th year. We talked to Coach Daniel Wall, also in his 4th year at Lawton. He looks fit, man. You know, I read a story about him. He's into that CrossFit with his wife.
I don't have time for that.
Competition, no. I probably need to make time.
Yeah, right.
And on the break, and Reese throws it away, but yeah, you can tell he works out. You take a look at him and stalking the sidelines. There's Coach Adkisson. Played at Booker T. Went to Oklahoma State. Jumper on the right side, no good. Lawton does have 2 state titles in girls history. Now they have the lead in this one. First time they've had the lead back since they were up 9-8 with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter, and Coach Adkisson calls a timeout. Lawton does have 2 state titles, Steve, back in '84 and '85. Will Rogers has not picked up a women's basketball championship.
I saw that. That was very interesting. 8 appearances for Lawton Eisenhower, and for Tulsa Rogers, this is their 7th. Lawton Eisenhower 7-5 overall at the state tournament, and Rogers has never even won a game, much less a state tournament. So
0-6 in the state playoffs. 7-5 for Lawton. Rogers does have 4 boys basketball titles. The most recent one, 1988, led by Lee Mayberry.
Okay.
Beat Bartlesville on this court. Of course, Mayberry went on, originally committed to play basketball at TU, ended up at Arkansas, and then had a career in the NBA.
Was he one of the triplets at Arkansas? No?
No. He was not.
Moncrief is who I'm thinking of, and
yep.
Delph, Marvin Delph, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was thinking the other day, because I moved here in '86, all the great high school basketball talent that, you know, I've seen and you guys have seen certainly a lot more. I wasn't here when Dumas played and guys like that.
Baseline jumper is good that time from Nikia Cullum. She's got 6. And taking the lead back is Rogers. Coach Adkisson, good timeout. Good play out of the timeout to take the lead back. 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. And it's Rogers back on top by 1. Yeah, Nolan Richardson. 3rd foul on Haley Horton. Nolan Richardson was the head coach at Arkansas. He recruited Lee Mayberry.
Checking back in for the Lady Rovers for Ford. Michigan Bill.
Tori Graham, correction, I said Horton. She's also got 2 fouls, but Graham picked up her 3rd.
Eisenhower got the ball where they wanted, just couldn't finish as they got it into Hall.
Spin move, a little bit out of control was LaCara Jordan, but she picks up the foul anyway, and she'll go to the line to shoot a pair. LaCara Jordan, 5'7" senior. Missed them both. They've only scored 2 points, rather 4 points in the last 6 minutes of game action. I'm talking about Rogers. And an offensive foul back the other way. That one will be against Hallie Horton. That'll be her 2nd.
Seen a lot of charges. The officials have been consistent, though. I mean, they've called it that way all along. And then it's up to the players to make adjustments and say, hey, if they're going to call it all the time, then I need to back off or not be quite as aggressive. Remember, the guys in the striped shirts, they earn their way to get to the state championship playoffs as well, as they're graded throughout the year like the football officials are, and they assign the best group of officials that they can to get them all on the same page working together as they have throughout the year.
Well, they picked 12 from the east side and 12 referees from the west side to do all these games. And Horton goes down, hurt her knee. She is on the court.
Not a good sign whenever you see anybody grab a knee and she's pounding the floor.
Wow, that'll be a tough loss for Lawton.
Yeah, because she is
more than just her landing on her knee. Yes, I don't know if she heard it before she landed or after.
Kind of seemed like before, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is writhing out there. 1 point ball game with Tulsa Rogers on top. They lead at 28-27.
Don't forget, coming up after this one, about 3:30, Coweta and El Reno will play our second quarterfinal matchup. Stay with us for great playoff action. Tigers and the Indians try to survive and advance. It's the Ford game of the week right here on Your View, Channel 3. And then later tonight, we'll have more games for you. 7 o'clock Piedmont and East Central, and then Pryor and Ardmore to follow that one, 8:30. You want high school hoops? We got it for you right here.
Absolutely.
On Your View.
There's a look at the action that you were just speaking of. That 3:30 contest, if you want to put the seeds behind them, El Reno is seeded number 10, Coweta number 6. And then for the evening session, the 7 o'clock game, Piedmont and East Central. Piedmont seeded number 2, East Central number 7, I should say ranked. Going into postseason play, they don't change the rankings throughout the course of the playoffs in the regionals and the areas. They stayed the same as they would have been at the end of the season. And then that 8:30 contest, Ardmore was number 1 and Pryor was number 4. That's according to the OSSAA.
Well, those seedings were made with that first weekend in February.
Right. Yeah, so it's been another.
Team still had 3-4 games left to play, and some things for some teams changed. Some of them got hot.
Yeah.
Near the end of the season, they may have been seeded higher or lower, however you want to look at it, with a higher number, and it makes it tough. They have a tougher road to get to the state. But if you're red hot, anything can happen. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching the Ford Game of the Week.
It's about cars, about why we love them, the roads we drive, and the places we go. Driven, from the classics to new tech and toys to more than a couple laps around the track, Driven tells the stories from the road with a few car buying tips and some advice to keep your car on the road and off the rack. Sundays at 5:30 on Your View. Driven, the drive, the adventure.
And we're back, and Haley Horton had to be helped as she walks off the court. You see her there.
Not putting much weight at all on that. This was her left leg. It was her right leg, actually. That's a big loss for them in their lineup. Somebody else going to have to pick up the slack if Eisenhower's going to. It's a close game now, just down by 1, but they're going to be able to contend the rest of the way.
Well, the senior guard averaging a little more than 8 points a game. She just had 3, hit the first 3 of the game for Lawton. And they've been shut out since. Looks like Olivia Choney, number 25, a freshman, has stepped in for her at this point. Rogers almost getting trapped in the corner. 2-3 zone. Actually, looks like a moving 3-2 zone for Lawton. Pretty active. 3:32 to go, third quarter. Foul line jumper, no. Offensive rebound off the mark as well, and here comes Lawton. Naomi Smith to Ginger Reese. Thought about the 3, works it right side. In and out for Angelique Clayton. Reese to Hall. Her bucket's good. Timeout for Lawton. And taking the lead back.
You know, with Horton out of the lineup right now, obviously it's very important how her substitute plays in her absence, but also how it affects the rest of the team. Sometimes when you see one of your team leaders go down, your ball handler, your spark plug for the team on offense and defense, sometimes that affects everybody else. So after they get over the initial shock that doesn't look like she's going to be coming back here this afternoon, that, hey, we've got to band together and pull this thing out ourselves. The sooner they realize that, the better place that they're going to find themselves in.
Daniel Wall called the timeout after his team took the lead back with 3 minutes to go here in the third. Rick Smith, the referee, inbound, throws it to the Ropers, and they inbound it back down the court. We talked about the rest. You know what I was saying before Horton got hurt, they split them up. They pick 12 referees from the East and the West, and then they try and mix and match. And you just want to make sure you don't have 3 Eastern officials refereeing.
Yeah, because when there's somebody
will
notice that.
In East and West, you can't mix them up like that. The same thing with 3. You can't have 3 West officials doing that when it's an East versus West. And quickly moving the ball around nicely and getting a bucket inside is Akira Jordan.
Good job again. They get Reese off of her feet defensively. Find Jordan on the baseline. Easy shot, good for 2.
Reese, long 3. Smith with the rebound. Lost it on the court, and we're going to have a jump ball.
It'll stay with Lawton Eisenhower. 1 point ball game. See where we are when we finish this quarter and head to the 4th and final quarter. Coach Daniel Wall, he's in his 4th year. 3rd year as the full-time head coach. He took over during season back a couple years ago and has held that title since.
Reese with the rebound off the missed jumper. She scored the last 7 points of the first half for Lawton to bring them back to within 5. Hall. Her shot partially blocked. And the rebound comes out to Olivia Chenet. And then stole it in midcourt. Quinay Love driving in. And another charge. every call on the block charge today has been a charge call.
Reese did a good job to get set and get in position right here. Here's the steal in the backcourt. Tulsa Rogers coming back the other way, and then Reese slides over just outside that circle underneath.
And then Lawton turns it over. Not happy as Reese. Now you mentioned that circle that doesn't apply in high school basketball.
Right.
That's only college and pros. So if you're watching at home, don't be fooled and say, hey, her foot might have been in the circle. It doesn't matter at this level.
Right.
That shot thrown up by Jordan is partially blocked, but she also got hacked on the arm, so she'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Foul is on number 32, Kayla Hall, just her second. Cara Jordan will shoot a pair. In and out, back in again. 1:01 left in the third.
Jordan had just 2 points in the first half, even though she's the team's leading scorer.
Just 14 a game. She's got 5, make it 6. Smith looking for Reese at the foul line. Fadeaway jumper off the mark. Ropers, final 40 seconds here in the third. Up 3. And they go for the last shot. Lawton sitting in that 3-2 zone.
Well, they like where they are. They're up 3. Would like to add to that to head to the final 8 minutes. Of what they hope will be the first of 3 games this weekend. Watch the girls in the baseline. They've been very important once they start penetrating that zone and then dumping off to either one inside.
Loose ball. That's the way the quarter comes to an end. Ropers lead it by 3. Final 8 minutes coming up in this one from the Mabee Center. 5A Girls State. Rogers and Lawton, it's your Ford game of the week on Your View.
Ford Expedition has more second and third row legroom than Tahoe. More cargo room, better fuel economy, and as J.D. Power calls it, the best large SUV in initial quality and vehicle appeal. Guess you better make room in the garage.
Drive Expedition today with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $2,000 total savings, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
For many kids, just showing up to school is a challenge. Staying through graduation is even harder. So at communities and schools, we do just what our name says. Our staff brings a community of resources to meet each student's needs right in their school, doing whatever it takes to keep kids focused, so they see what we see, a bright future. Join in at communitiesinschools.org.
Back at the Mabee Center, 32-29 our score. Rogers on top of Lawton. Third quarter scoring 6 for the Ropers, 8 for Lawton. Low scoring third quarter, Steve, but Rogers had a 5-point lead at the break. That's why they lead it by 3 now. And Lawton scores again, makes it a 1-point game for Kayla Hall.
Does enough for Hall. She and Reese with 24 of the 31 points for Eisenhower.
Offensive rebound, missed. Lawton, who lost Haley Horton midway through that third quarter to a knee injury. She's not even on the bench. I think they've taken her back to the locker room. They look pretty serious. pass through Reese's hands. Love. Rebound and a foul as Devin Wright, who's got 10, is going to go back to the line. Wright averages just 7 a game. She's above her average. Has not scored though here in the second half.
10 points, 7 rebounds through 3 quarters. Trying to work on that double-double. Look at that, Horton's back on the floor. Didn't expect to see her back.
And Wright missed them both. Well, just when I said I thought she went to the locker room, I guess she was over getting ready to check in, because I was scanning the bench.
Was maybe at the table, kneeling down. We missed her. Good pass work.
And another easy bucket for Michaela Hall, who's got a dozen. And she gives her team the lead back. And a steal by Reese. She's going to take it behind her back. Great move, up and in.
How about that?
3-point lead now as they've scored the first 6 here in the fourth quarter.
Nifty move from Reese.
And a miss, and now it looks like Lawton's got some momentum. Winner of this game plays tomorrow morning, 10:30, right here at the Mabee Center against the winner of our next game, Rino and Coweta. Rogers sitting back in their zone. Reese again.
Coach needs a timeout after that display. An 8-0 run to open up the fourth quarter for Eisenhower, has them up by 5. So he's going to talk to his group, and whether Horton has really added anything statistically, I think just their presence on the floor has certainly helped out.
As I just said, the winner of this one will take on the winner of El Reno Coweta. That game coming up next at 3:30. They'll play at 10:30 tomorrow morning. Then tonight at 7, East Central and #1 ranked Piedmont. And then the nightcap, Ardmore and Pryor at 8:30. Pryor looking to get back to the state championship game for the 2nd straight year. They were in it a season ago and lost to Memorial or Booker T in overtime. Catch all the 5A girls quarterfinal games on the 4th game of the week right here on Your View, Channel 3. The winner of tonight's games will play tomorrow afternoon at 1:30, and Steve Ginger Reese is starting to feel it here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, taking it to the hole right there. Then watch the behind-the-back dribble right at the end. Freer to get in, lay it up off the glass, and good for 2 more. And she has certainly ignited the Eisenhower offense. She's their leading scorer. That's what you would expect. But right now, it's a 5-point advantage for the Lady Eagles.
37-32, they're on top.
I think they're in this tournament and only 1 game over 500 on the season. But you watch them for just a little bit, you can see why.
Lost their last 4 regular season games. Won the regional, beat Guthrie and Altus, lost to Piedmont in the area, then beat Lawton Mac to punch their ticket to state. Great offensive rebound, and then a nice block the other way by Michaela Hall.
2 bigs making a big difference right now, Hall and Reese for Lawton Eisenhower. We go under 5 minutes left to go in the contest. And now Eisenhower pulling it out a little bit. Not really looking for any shot. They have this 5-point lead. See what Coach Wall wants to do.
Rogers fell behind Coweta in the area title game. Or rather, the area game they played in by 16 in the second half. Steve, they had their full court pressure going, and they came back and won that one. So they won the area and went right on to state. forcing Coweta to get a win on Saturday. And then Reese goes in and goes down hard, but she's going to get right back up.
So look inside. Reese once again going strong to the basket. Tried the little scoop, nice block, but got her across the arms. Bangs the elbow on the floor.
Fixes her hair. And back to the line.
8-0 run to start this fourth quarter. Misses the first free throw, as you can see right there. Coach Wall talking to the rest of the girls about how they need to play the rest of this 4:22 remaining.
So first free throws of the day. She went 1 of 2. Rogers has been stymied a little bit offensively, just 6 points in the second half. They led it 26-21 at the break. So in 12 minutes, they've only scored 6 points. And now Lott gonna really try and slow things down and get an easy bucket. Chone with the long 3, in and out. Just as I said that, they take a deep 3.
I was in total agreement with what you said. I thought they would pull it out. Because what I see watching these two teams, Mike, is Eisenhower knows who their go-to girls are. It's Hall and it's Reese. And I don't really know that you could say that for Tulsa Rogers. They got a lot of great athletes, a lot of good ball players, but I don't know that they have that go-to person that, you know, when they need a bucket, they know exactly where they're going to go. That being said, of course, we'll see how this final 4-17 plays out.
Rogers 0 for 8 here in the fourth. As I mentioned, just 6 points here in the second half. And that ball's tapped out of bounds. Trying to win the first ever game in the history of the school in state. They are 0-6. Reese inside to Hall, no. Smith's shot blocked, but a foul. Naomi Smith, sophomore, 5'9". One of 3 players that averages double figures. The other is sophomore Michaela Hall, and then the other one, Ginger Reese.
Eisenhower came into the fourth quarter with a plus 12 on the rebound advantage edge. That's big, and they've done nothing to hurt that here down the stretch. Free throws. They need to make their free throws, however.
Smith misses the first.
On the day of the three-point shot, we're only looking at a 2-possession game right now. A free throw would make it a 3-possession game.
And a violation on Smith. She started, caught the ball outside. See a little semicircle?
Yeah.
You have to be in there when you get the basketball. She started outside of it.
All right. Here we go. Fans from both sides now starting to rise up out of their seats here at the Mabee Center, looking for a dramatic finish for their club to move on to tomorrow's semifinals.
And another turnover from Rogers. Well, they've just not had much luck doing anything.
Well, they haven't scored in the fourth quarter, for one thing.
Have not scored here in 5 minutes. Again, just 6 points in 13 minutes of second half action. Now heating up the full court pressure. Reese at midcourt gives it off to Naomi Smith. Drive and score. And a nice bucket for Lawton. Goes to number 15, Kelviana Sanders, her first points of the game.
Big bucket there.
Rogers still stone cold here in the fourth. Is that 0 for 10?
I think so. They led it at the end of 3, 32-29.
0 for 9, now 0 for 10 as they missed that one. And again, the rebound off Lawton.
It's an 11-0 run right now for Eisenhower. And it's starting to get late.
Meanwhile, Steve Ike is 5 out of 6. And there's your difference. The 5 buckets in the foul shot. They finally break the scoring drought. And Tori Graham, her first points in the second half. Took them to the 2:17 mark to get something going. Now Lawton. Definitely will try and run clock, see if Rogers turns up the heat defensively.
Both teams still have fouls to give. Possession arrow belongs to Tulsa Rogers.
They force some turnover. Yeah, Lawton just 5 fouls here in the second half. Rogers with 4. Again, coming up in about 15 minutes. Coweta and Rino.
Horton, who was in the locker room again, just emerges. Coach Paul was looking to put her into the game, but she had not gotten back to the bench yet. And so now they will get her in the contest.
Head coach Carlin Adkisson calls the timeout. They still have 3 left. Lawton has 2 timeouts left. If you're just tuning in, you want to see what happened to this game and how we got to this point, you can watch the replay of today's 5A girls quarterfinals. The afternoon session will start at 7:30 on Monday. The evening session will be Tuesday at 7:30, only on your view, Channel 3. We've got Rino Coweta coming up next, and then tonight at 7 o'clock, Piedmont and East Central, and then Pryor and Ardmore to follow that one at 8:30. Again, those replays, the afternoon session at 7:30 Monday, the evening session will be Tuesday at 7:30, only on your view. It's the Ford Game of the Week. Buddy Rod Thompson's going to join us tonight. Looking forward to that. He couldn't make the afternoon sessions because his son Bryce is playing for Booker T. Washington. One of the top teams in Class 6A, #1 seed on this east side. They're over in Catoosa, and they've got a 3:30 game this afternoon.
And his son's one of the top recruits, even though he's only a junior, right?
Yeah.
Probably in the state, if not part of the region around here.
He's been offered by every state school and many colleges from around the region. Some of it's genetics from his mom.
Tie ball this time will stay with Eisenhower, 1:35 to play.
Those don't know, Rod played basketball at the University of Tulsa.
Begs America is what he always says.
Begs America.
That was quite a high school team that he was on. Had 3 Division I players at what, Class A or B, 2A Beggs?
2 or 3. And a foul on Lawton goes against Michaela Hall. That'll only be their 6th, so Rogers still not shooting. 1:21 to go. Rogers still with just 2 points here in the 4th quarter. And it took them nearly 6 minutes to get those 2 points. Rogers looking for a deep 3. Tori Graham. She drives in off the glass and good. It's a 4-point game. 1 minute and 3 seconds to go.
Tough shot. That angle. Gently kiss it off the glass. Good for 2.
Reese gets it down the court against the press and pulls it back out. Now she's double teamed and out of bounds off Rogers. 49 seconds to go in this one. The 4th point scored here in the 4th quarter as Lawton calls a timeout for Rogers. It's been a tough shooting second half for the Lady Ropers. As you see Coach Carlin Adkisson fired up, trying to figure out some way for his team to come back from this 4-point deficit in the last 48 seconds. Again, the winner of this one plays tomorrow morning at 10:30 right here at ORU against either El Reno or Coweta. All the action here tomorrow starts at 9 a.m. The last game tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Girls 6A action at 9 in the morning, and it ends with boys 6A action. You got 5A girls and boys about every hour and a half in between. Wall-to-wall hoops. That Friday's usually the best Friday of the day or the weekend, because everybody's right here. And a foul out front.
Now it becomes how well can you shoot your free throws?
Just the 15th foul against Rogers. The 5A boys are playing at Coweta, 6A girls at Memorial, and 6A boys out of Catoosa. And another foul. That gets them to, that may be the 7th. That is the 7th, so Ginger Reese. Nope, that's the 6th. Scoreboard operator is quick. They put it up there right as the whistle was blown. There's the 7 as they get it into Reese, and she'll go to the foul line to shoot a pair.
Big free throws right here in a 4-point contest. Even if she makes both, still 2-possession ball game with 39 seconds remaining.
In and out. Roper's down 4. They need to bring it up quick. Nakia Cullum gives it off to Love and nearly thrown away.
Gut check time now. Who's going to make the big plays down the stretch?
Jordan, foul line jumper, good. Timeout, Rogers are down 2. Nail-biting time for both teams, 25 seconds to go.
Back at the other end, if Reese makes one of those free throws, still a 1-possession game, but if she makes both, it'd be a 2-possession ball game with just 24 seconds remaining. So she's going to get a makeover.
Yeah, she needs a beautician out there. One of the coaches got to help her out.
That's right. Oh man, this is a great way to start it here when you're coming down to the final 30 seconds. Very first game of the day with still 3 more to go.
And if you're Rogers, you got to foul quickly.
Well, I don't, not super quick, but now you probably want to do it within the first 6-8 seconds here with 24 remaining. Deny the inbounds pass. Reese, who missed those free throws, came into the 4th quarter, had not attempted any free throws. She has certainly come up big when they have needed her inside in a couple of nice plays. Let's see how they played here.
They inbounded to the senior, trapped in the corner. Almost threw it away, and she did off the basket. And that pressure is just what Rogers dialed up.
Tried to go cross court to her teammate and hit the backboard on the side. And it goes out of bounds, and Rogers will now get the basketball with a chance to tie or take the lead, and still a lot of time left, 19 seconds remaining. There have been some crazy endings in the history of high school tournament basketball throughout the years.
Lawton 3 out of 7 from the line today. Rogers 6 out of 12. And as I kind of talked about earlier, Rogers has a knack for doing this. They get in games and they go cold a lot. And they have these issues and they get behind, and all of a sudden they come back, and they end up winning.
Well,
not to say they're going to do that today, but they're 23-3 for a reason.
Sometimes you have to tweak that recipe a little bit. Can't always go with the same blend every single time. Let's see how this plays out here, as it will be Rogers basketball. 19.5 seconds remaining. 2-point ball game.
Rogers out of timeouts. They inbound it. Love. Clock winding. Shot partially blocked, tipped around. Whistle blown, and the officials looking at each other. And it's going to be Rogers basketball. Hey, take another look at the replay. And we have a final from the boys game. Wow, I don't know right there. It looked like Devin Wright may have stepped out of bounds with the basketball, and then she got rid of it quickly, and it did go off one of the Lawton players, but we're down to 8 seconds. And I think we just got a score update. Boys 5A. I think Memorial has defeated MacArthur 64-60.
You wanted excitement. I don't know if we can bring you much more than this. 8 seconds left. Tulsa Rogers basketball down by 2.
Shot no good. Reese has the rebound. Lawton's going to advance. They win it 40-38. As the Lady Ropers season comes to an end, Lawton survives and advance, and they move on to play at 10:30 tomorrow morning. They'll take on the winner of our next game between El Reno and Coweta. A wild finish. Rogers just 6 points in that third quarter, 6 points in the fourth quarter, and Lawton was just too much. They hit some big shots. Their senior Ginger Reese stepped up and had a big game, and they win it 40-38. Daniel Wall and his team move on, as they are now 8-5 overall in state basketball. And you see them still celebrating on the court. Steve Marshall now with Ginger Reese.
All right, we're standing by here with Ginger Reese, obviously one of the MVPs of the contest. Got close down there towards the end, didn't it?
Yes, sir, it did.
What did Coach tell you guys and to help you come out and win this ball game tonight?
Just stay confident and patient and take care of the ball.
Did a great job inside, outside. Congratulations, you're our player of the game.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Wall, wow, what a victory. Looked like you had it. Looked like it maybe was getting away from you, but you guys kept your composure and got the victory.
Man, we've been knocking on the door for a couple of years now, so it's really nice to finally get it done. I just want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, give me the opportunity to coach these wonderful girls. They play hard for us, and they're really great kids, and I think they deserve this. They deserve it.
The two bigs in the middle did a great job for you, but you lost one of your players. Horton goes down. She comes back. First of all, what's the prognosis on her? Is she going to be able to go tomorrow?
That's the hope. She dislocates her kneecap every now and again. So I decided, you know what? We're going to have one of these ninth graders step up. We'll get her some ice, and we'll try and get her back for tomorrow.
Well, great job from the coaching aspect, but also the girls to come in and fill in where needed. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. This one's for Lawton. We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
There you go, Zig.
All right, thanks a lot. Congratulations to Coach Wall and his Lawton Lady Wolverines. They take it 40-38. We'll take a break, come back and wrap this one up, and get ready for the next one. You're watching the Ford Game of the Week.
It's the one and only Ford Truck Month, the place to find one-of-a-kind deals on Ford F-Series and the brand with the most J.D. Power, IQS, and Appeal awards. With best-in-class towing and torque, these bad boys make the rules and break them. That's why it's America's best-selling truck 42 years straight. But like ribs at a barbecue, these deals won't last long. Ford Truck Month. It's buy now time, partner. Get 0 for 72 months with 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days plus $2,500 cash back on F-150. Only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
My name is Dylan Strupp, and I am the general manager of iFly Indoor Skydiving in Oklahoma City. So iFly is a multifaceted company that uses wind tunnels to deliver the dream of flight to all of our customers, while also delivering the sport of body flight. And we also use our wind tunnels to help professional skydivers from all around the world train. We recently partnered with iFly with DreamWorks Universal Studios to bring our customers a video from the How to Train Your Dragon movie. The video gets customers fully immersed in the world of Burke from the movies and also gets you guys up close and personal to a couple of the key characters from the movies. The How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality video is a highly exhilarating one that our instructors take customers through from start to finish. There are a lot of breathtaking descents, sharp turns and maneuvers through and around cliffs, and they make sure that you get up close and personal and even have to maneuver around some of the characters from the movie. The video is fun for all ages, no matter whether you're young, old, or a kid that's seen all the movies and is the biggest fan in the world. iFly is the only place that has the How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality experience.
It's about cars, about why we love them, the roads we drive, and the places we go. Driven, from the classics to new tech and toys to more than a couple laps around the track. Driven tells the stories from the road with a few car buying tips and some advice to keep your car on the road and off the rack. Sundays at 5:30 on Your View. Driven, the drive, the adventure.
Eisenhower advances with a 40-38 win over Rogers. Strength of their shooting and offensive rebounding, Steve, and then Rogers shooting just 21% in the second half. 13 offensive rebounds for Lawton, a big difference in this one.
They certainly knew they had that advantage coming in, and they used that very well. Hall and also Reese did a real good job on the boards there. And then for Horton to go out of the lineup, as Coach told us, dislocates her kneecap every so often. Ouch, that doesn't sound like it would be much fun, especially if you're trying to be a basketball player. But the girls rose up and they did what they needed to down the end and come out with the victory.
And look at the stats. You see the big numbers that stick out. The 2 sixes for Rogers in the third and fourth quarter. They really struggled scoring, but the rest of the stats pretty much even up and down the board.
Yeah, they really are. Turnovers, as Coach Hall pointed out, they wanted to keep their turnovers under 15. They turned it over 16 times, but still good enough to get the victory and advance and move on to play tomorrow.
Excuse me, this game was tied just one time. There was 8 lead changes. The biggest lead was 10 in the first half, which Rogers had. And then after that, it was pretty much all Lawton because Rogers struggled scoring in half number 2.
Yeah, they really did. As you pointed out, just scored 12 points in that second half. And then you get your player of the game, and Ginger Reese, she was able to get it done. Early, she took a lot of shots. They were not falling, but she was able to get some things started. And then, of course, came up big there in the third quarter. You'll watch her here, top of the key, knocking down the shot. That kind of loosened her up and got her going. Offensive boards crashing there, turning, spinning, using the glass and getting the 2-point bucket there to her advantage. And then this was a big play here, I thought, that really kind of opened things up. She started to feel her mojo right there and takes it length of the floor, goes behind the back, lays it up off the glass and good for 2. And she was your player of the game and well-deserving, but also a great performance by Lawton Eisenhower. Improves their record to only 15-13 to make it to the semifinals. Tulsa Rogers ends the season 21-4.
Yeah, they kind of went on a downhill slide. After the seedings were set late in the season, they lost 5 of their next 8 basketball games. Now they've turned it back around again, and they're 2 wins away from taking state.
1-0 in postseason play.
How about that?
Yep.
Well, we've got another game coming up for you here in just a few minutes. Tonight, in today's games, brought to you by iFly Oklahoma City. DreamWorks Animation. They've created a unique How to Train Your Dragon 3. It's a virtual reality experience. It's available only at iFly. It's fully immersive, highly exhilarating. It takes flyers inside the mythical Viking world of Burke. iFly instructors physically guide flyers through sharp turns and breathtaking descents. This is the time to check out iFly in Oklahoma City.
My name is Dylan Strupp, and I am the general manager of iFly Indoor Skydiving in Oklahoma City. So iFly is a multifaceted company that uses wind tunnels to deliver the dream of flight to all of our customers, while also delivering the sport of body flight. And we also use our wind tunnels to help professional skydivers from all around the world train. Our facility uses two 500 horsepower fans to deliver the dream of flight to our customers, and our instructors are a big piece of that. Our instructors take customers from the beginning of their experience to the end of their experience by helping them float in our facilities and keeping them safe and making sure they have fun throughout the entire experience. Along that process, they take you through training, they get you geared up, they put on a professional flight demonstration at the end of every single class, and they have a one-on-one interaction with you just to make sure that they know that you had a great time as a flyer. Our instructors go through a month-long training program before they're even allowed to take flyers. After that, there's a separate training program where our instructors have to go through before they're even allowed to take customers on a virtual reality experience. For the How to Train Your Dragon experience, we actually did a lot further a separate training because there are maneuvers and there are those breathtaking descents and sharp turns around cliffs and through ridges that we want our customers to be able to fully experience, as well as a multitude of training that our instructors have to go through on a day-to-day basis, regardless of skill set, just so we can make sure we deliver an awesome product to our clients. To become a better flyer just takes hours and hours and hours and hours of being in the wind, and our instructors have that. Oftentimes, the better flyer that you see, there's usually several thousands of hours that came before the finished product that you were able to see on YouTube in a world competition or in any one of our tunnels locally. What our customers come here for often varies. It's a wide array of things between customers that come here to have a good time, customers that come here just to develop their skills within the sport of body flight, and customers that just come here for a nice family outing, or customers that come in to try this out before they go jump out of an actual airplane. We recently partnered with DreamWorks Universal Studios to bring our customers a video from the How to Train Your Dragon movie. The video gets customers fully immersed in the world of Burke from the movies and also gets you guys up close and personal to a couple of the key characters from the movies. iFly is the only place that has the How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality experience. The How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality video is a highly exhilarating one that our instructors take customers through from start to finish. There are a lot of breathtaking descents, sharp turns and maneuvers through and around cliffs, and they make sure that you get up close and personal and even have to maneuver around some of the characters from the movie. The video is fun for all ages, no matter whether you're young, old, or a kid that's seen all the movies and is the biggest fan in the world. So for me, watching people go through this experience is the best part of what we do. It recaps for me why I do what I do, and it recaps for our instructors why they do what they do. If you want more information, you can call our facility at 405-300-4359. You are also welcome to email us at info.oklahomacity@iflyworld.com. And then lastly, you can go to our website at iflyworld.com. We look forward to seeing you, your friends, and your family in our tunnels soon.
Back at the Mabee Center, first game of 4 is in the books. Lawton beats Rogers 48-34, and I can tell you, Steve, the two #1 East Side seeds in 5A and 6A girls are done. Sand Springs girls lost to Norman today too, 59-52. Rogers was the #1 seed on the East Side for Class 5A girls. So they're done, but Lawton moves on. The winner will play the winner of this game. Coming up next, you're watching the Ford Game of the Week.
Okay, it's Ford Truck Month, and here's how it works. You take Ford F-150, work in best-in-class towing and payload, sweeten up the offer, and boom. You save a stack of cash on the brand with the most J.D. Power, IQS, and Appeal awards. And it's America's best-selling truck 42 years straight. It's buy now time, people. Get 0 for 72 months with 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days, plus $2,500 cash back on F-150. Only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
For many kids, just showing up to school is a challenge. Staying through graduation is even harder. So at communities and schools, we do just what our name says. Our staff brings a community of resources to meet each student's needs right in their school, doing whatever it takes to keep kids focused, so they see what we see, a bright future. Join in at communitiesinschools.org.
It's about cars, about why we love them, the roads we drive, and the places we go. Driven, from the classics to new tech and toys to more than a couple laps around the track. Driven tells the stories from the road with a few car buying tips and some advice to keep your car on the road and off the rack. Sundays at 5:30 on Your View. Driven, the drive, the adventure.
Coming up this week on Oklahoma's Sports Scene, we'll have the head football coach of the University of Tulsa, Phil Montgomery, and the voice of the Golden Hurricane, Bruce Howard. Jay Smith, the former University of Oklahoma football player who has a very interesting story and will tell us about that in his book. And then, of course, we have Henry Primo because it's Mardi Gras week. Right. And then for the coach and the student athlete of the month and a quick excerpt of how the state championships are going to go in basketball, Barry Lewis from the Tulsa World. Join us on Oklahoma Sports Scene. Look forward to having you with us.
Welcome back to your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. It is Game 2 of the girls 5A state championship. It'll be El Reno taking on Coweta. Hi again, everybody. I'm Steve Marshall. Mike Ziegenhorn is alongside. We've already had one great game of basketball here played this afternoon where Lawton Eisenhower came out on top. And in this contest here, we're expecting much the same.
Yeah, we are. Coweta got to the state championship or state playoffs last year, made it to the semifinals. They're looking to make another good run, and then they're taking on an El Reno team. Has never won a game in state, looking for their first state title.
All right, let's take a look at the Coweta starters first of all. It'll be Linda Bryce, Madison Wheat, Allison Mercer, J.C. Ross, and what can you tell us about Alexia Mercer?
Alexia Mercer, she is a sophomore, averaging nearly 15 points a game. She is kind of the glue and their go-to player. She's going to be one of the stars that you'll see in the next couple of years.
And then, of course, the starting lineup for the El Reno Lady Indians, it'll be Mercedes Macias, Jalen Revelis, Ashlyn Evans-Thompson, Charlie Bushyhead, and then Kira Davis is their feature player.
Yeah, she averages 11.5, a little more than 6 rebounds a game, has an offer from Seminole State and Friends University.
All right, it's El Reno and Coweta, Game 2 of 4 here this afternoon on Your View. And it's coming up next here on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week.
It's the one and only Ford Truck Month, the place to find one-of-a-kind deals on Ford F-Series and the brand with the most J.D. Power, IQS, and Appeal awards. With best-in-class towing and torque, these bad boys make the rules and break them. That's why it's America's best-selling truck 42 years straight. But like ribs at a barbecue, these deals won't last long. Ford Truck Month, it's buy now time, partner. Get 0 for 72 months with 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days, plus $2,500 cash back on F-150. Only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
It's about cars, about why we love them, the roads we drive, and the places we go. Driven, from the classics to new tech and toys to more than a couple laps around the track. Driven tells the stories from the road with a few car buying tips and some advice to keep your car on the road and off the rack. Sundays at 5:30 on Your View. Driven, the drive, the adventure.
For many kids, just showing up to school is a challenge. Staying through graduation is even harder. So at communities and schools, we do just what our name says. Our staff brings a community of resources to meet each student's needs right in their school, doing whatever it takes to keep kids focused, so they see what we see, a bright future. Join in at communitiesinschools.org.
Coming up this week on Oklahoma Sports Scene, we'll have the head football coach of the University of Tulsa, Phil Montgomery, and the voice of the Golden Hurricane, Bruce Howard. Jay Smith, the former University of Oklahoma football player who has a very interesting story and will tell us about that in his book. And then, of course, we have Henry Primo because it's Mardi Gras week. Right. And then for the coach and the student athlete of the month and a quick excerpt of how the state championships are going to go in basketball, Barry Lewis from the Tulsa World. Join us on Oklahoma Sports Scene. Look forward to having you with us.
Senior number 33, Charlie Bushyhead. Head coach of the Lady Indians is Jennifer Douglas.
Welcome back to the Maybe Center, everybody, as we get ready for game 2 of 4 here this afternoon at the 2019 State Basketball Championships 5A Girls Contest. This is going to feature El Reno coming in with a record of 16-10 on the year. The last rankings had them as the 10th best team in Class 5A Girls. Coweta was ranked number 6. They come in with a record of 19-8. We're just about all set to go. Hope you enjoy the second of our 4 broadcasts here this afternoon. 1 is in the books. Eisenhower has advanced with their win previously over Will Rogers. Coweta is in the black, El Reno in the white, and we are underway. And the Lady Indians control the tip, Ashlyn Evans-Thompson. Leading scorer on the team, 14.7 points per game. Mercedes Macias inside, they get it. Good work as they get the first basket in the ball game.
Great pass from Charlie Bushyhead down low. Easy bucket to get things going for El Reno.
Now it's Coweta's turn. Their first go around on offense. 3-pointer from the left side, up no good. Rebounded inside by Bushyhead. El Reno on the attack. Nice little dump pass. Good block by Coweta. That could have made it a 4-0 lead instead. Basketball now in the hands of the Lady Tigers. Shot from the outside, that misses the mark. Davis to Evans-Thompson, goes up, and she puts it up good for 2. Quickly 4-0, El Reno on top.
Thompson just a freshman, but the leading scorer on this basketball team for El Reno, Steve.
I like when you have that type of leadership. Here's a drive, left side, tough shot. Can't get it to fall, rebounded again, and here come the Lady Indians back the other way, looking to extend the early 4-0 lead. Shot goes back off the back iron, and now Coweta in transition. Drive, nice athletic move, can't finish.
That's Linda Bryce, one of 9 sophomores on this very young Coweta basketball team. Good nerves for everybody. And another back-to-back turnover.
Errant pass, 2-on-1 break. Driving it to the right side, too strong off the glass this time. So a couple of opportunities for Coweta, unable to convert. El Reno tries to leave the pass there. Evans-Thompson picks it up, puts it on the floor, and then in the basket for 2, and it's a 6-0 lead for the Lady Indians.
Loose ball ended up going the way of El Reno, and they got another easy layup.
El Reno, a fabulous boys basketball tradition. But as you had mentioned earlier, coming into this contest today, they've never won a game at state. There's a drive to the hoop, it's up, it's good, will it count? It does, and an and-one opportunity. Good job there, driving to the basket strong. Number 24, Linda Bryce, the 5'5" sophomore guard.
Yeah, Bryce, good athletic move. Had missed her first couple of shots, didn't let it bother her any. As most good players do, you forget about the last one and keep moving on.
She completes the 3-point play, and that cuts the lead in half to 6-3. Full court pressure now shown by Coweta. 2-1-2 zone trap. El Reno breaks that down with relative ease, gets the ball inside, shot there. Foul committed, and Kira Davis will get to go to the free throw line, the senior for El Reno. Davis comes in, averaging 11.5 points per contest.
Hit the game winner versus Lawton Mack to help this team win area. As they beat Ardmore.
Gonna look there at Jennifer Douglas, the El Reno coach. Second free throw is up and good, got them both. 8-3 lead. El Reno on top. Coweta with the basketball.
Ardmore's on the other side of this bracket. They played prior tonight at 8:30, a game you'll see right here on your view.
Ball squirts loose along the sideline. It'll stay with Coweta. Just about 3 minutes deep into this first quarter of play. Drive to the right side, off the glass. A little too strong, no good. And a good rebound again by Davis.
Lexi Mercer, the sophomore. 2-year starter. Also pretty smart in the classroom with a 4.0 GPA.
Tough floater there, no good. Good rebound inside, taken by Lexi Mercer. Coweta again in the open floor, can't hang on. Drive back the other way, El Reno shot up, it's good, it'll count, and a foul. Kira Davis with the bucket and one opportunity.
Davis was 6.
This the second one, gets the offensive rebound, put back no good, and Coweta clears. 7-point El Reno lead as we approach the 4-minute mark here in this first quarter of play. A long three from the outside, air ball. You mentioned before, Mike, about sometimes these atmospheres in the back, they're not cozy and confined like they are at a lot of the high school gymnasiums, and it takes a little while to adjust.
Yeah, it messes up with your vision and your shooting touch a little bit. Just that whole depth perception, it's hard to really kind of determine, am I throwing it too far? Is it too short?
Coweta back in the zone. El Reno takes the shot. That doesn't draw iron. And Coweta in transition. Left-handed layup. Rolls off the front. No good. They're getting the opportunities. They're just not finishing it on the layups. And now a tie basketball, and that's going to belong to Coweta. Clock stop. 3:21 left to go here. First quarter of play. 5A girls quarterfinal matchup, and El Reno has the best of it right now, leading 10-3 as Bushyhead checks back in. And a look at the Coweta head coach, Brad Crace.
Yeah, in his 4th year. Keith Bryans and Wendy Case, his wife, on the bench with him as an assistant. Appreciate all the coaches' help this week and get stats and information and rosters to us.
Yeah, absolutely. It becomes really hard to do when you don't have those necessities with you.
You talking about us or them?
Us. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
El Reno draws it out right now. Going to try to display a little more patience on the offensive end.
Crace has come in and really turned this Coweta girls program around in the last 4 years. They had kind of struggled the last decade prior to when he came on board. Took them to the state semifinals last year, and now they're back in state again.
Nice left-handed shot, up and good. Basket by number 1 for El Reno.
Jalen Revelis.
Shot no good, offensive rebound. And now back the other way, El Reno, shot is good, whistle and a foul. They're able to get out in the transition game and get the bucket for Macias. And just like that, it's a 9-point lead with a chance to make it 10. A couple of substitutions checking in for Coweta as you watch the last play.
El Reno's taking advantage of missed shots by Coweta and getting the ball quickly up court, Steve, and having some success either attacking the basket and scoring or getting fouled.
Free throw. Macias is good, 3-point play, and now it's a 10-point lead for El Reno. 12-point lead, check that. 15-3. Coweta looking for an answer. Shot for three, no good. Off the fingertips, missed the opportunity for the rebound.
The other thing we noticed in the first game, if you look at the line, the three-point line, it's the white line. A lot of teams are shooting from that darker colored line, and that's the college three-point shot.
Drive in again. This one is true as Madison Wheat gets her first basket of the afternoon. Gets it back to a 10-point ball game in favor of El Reno. Bushy head. Shot no good. El Reno able to save it back in. Go back to Bushy head. She's not able to handle that. Goes out of bounds and over to Coweta. Minute 2 left to go here in this first quarter of play.
This El Reno team, 54% shooting from the field as a team. So it shows why they've had so much success on this season.
Coweta with the basketball. Lost it as she lost her footing. Turns it over. El Reno driving back the other way. Put it up off the glass and good for two. Kayla Jones with her first bucket of the afternoon. Long three. Coweta, good. Needed that one. Knocking it down is Allison Mercer.
Twin sister of Lexi.
And then the answer bucket back the other way. Kira Davis again. Long shot. Coweta not afraid to shoot that three, and they knock down a couple in a row. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. So a timely three right there at the end of the first quarter of play. I'm looking to see they didn't put a 2 or a 3 up there. It was deep enough, but nonetheless, 19-8, make it 11 is what our score is. We'll take a timeout and be right back.
Senior number 24, Kira Davis. And that's in our 6-foot senior number 33.
Okay, it's Ford Truck Month, and here's how it works. You take Ford F-150, work in best-in-class towing and payload, sweeten up the offer, and boom. You save a stack of cash on the brand with the most J.D. Power, IQS, and Appeal awards. And it's America's best-selling truck 42 years straight. It's buy now time, people. Get 0 for 72 months with 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days, plus $2,500 cash back on F-150. Only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
It's about cars, about why we love them, the roads we drive, and the places we go. Driven, from the classics to new tech and toys to more than a couple laps around the track. Driven tells the stories from the road with a few car buying tips and some advice to keep your car on the road and off the rack. Sundays at 5:30 on Your View. Driven, the drive, the adventure.
Welcome back to the Maybe Center. Second quarter action, girls quarterfinal matchup here in the 5A Girls State Championship Tournament. El Reno has the best of it after one, 19-11, and they attack. Miss the shot, get the offensive rebound, does Revelis, and they'll reset.
El Reno shooting 57% in that first quarter, Steve. Coweta just 27.
Bushy had too strong with the close-in opportunity. And here come the Lady Tigers, and once again taking it straight to the hole. Very aggressive.
Madison Wheat.
Linda Bryce, when she gets the basketball, she's going to the basket. I'll tell you that. Madison Wheat. Is at the free throw line. Misses the first. Coweta lost in the semifinals to Booker TW, who won the championship last year. Both free throws missed the mark, 19-11. In the open floor, Revelis left hand no good, but she is hammered to the floor. And making her pay the price, Hannah Meadows, the 5'5" sophomore guard.
Again, El Reno not wasting any time off the missed foul shot. 2 quick passes, they're down the court, and they're trying to score an easy layup. And that's why they have, as a team, they shoot better than 50% on the year, Steve. It's a lot of layups, not a lot of outside shots. They're only a 33% three-point shooting team.
Lefty, second free throw is up and good. Gives her 5, and it's a 9-point lead for the Lady Indians.
They make you get back on defense quick.
Left side shot, up, no good. Offensive rebound. Another shot at the 3. This one's too far. Off the back iron, and Revelis gets it across the timeline as El Rino sets up very quickly. Nice step through, basket up and good. As Ashlyn Evans-Thompson gets the bucket, she has 6. El Rino is doubled up on Coweta now, leading at 22-11. Mariah Reed, number 35, in there with the basketball. She'll shoot from there and she'll swish it good. Reed with her first 2 points of the afternoon makes it a 9-point El Reno lead.
Another one of those Coweta sophomores.
Tough shot. Stepped through, changed hands and got it off and made it all in one motion. Great job there by Kayla Jones, or I'm sorry, 15 Ashlyn Evans-Thompson.
You can see why, as a freshman, she is the leading scorer on this team. She's already getting Division I interest. She is very quick and athletic. She missed that free throw, but man, she's already got 8 here in the first half.
11-point lead for El Reno. 6 minutes remaining here in this first half of play. Coweta moves the ball around the perimeter. That's going to be a push there. It's going to be called on Davis.
Foul number 24, Kiara Davis, her first, number 3.
Third team foul against El Reno here in this second quarter of play. Neither team close to the bonus situation just yet with 5:58. Shot from the outside for 3, that's up and good. Allison Mercer with her second triple of the afternoon cuts the lead to 8. Tie basketball on the floor, and that will belong to Coweta.
Big shot from Mercer's. Coweta struggled a little bit offensively here in the first half. They need to find an answer to slow down the El Reno offensive machine. As I said a couple of times, they get up and down the court pretty quick.
This is Bryce with the basketball for Coweta. Takes it on the dribble, drives, whistle foul.
Just good first step and patience by Bryce. Kind of waiting for the defense to get set, and then just took her defender right to the bucket.
Free throw from Bryce. First one is good.
She's a 2-year starter, 2-time all-conference player, offensive MVP in the Metro Lakes Conference this year.
And she has 8 points here in the first half. She came in averaging 4, right?
14.
14.
14 and a half.
Oh, that's right, 4 rebounds. Got to check my own notes.
Nearly 5 steals a game. Got quick hands. Good, moves her feet well. This team's going to be loaded for the next couple of years.
Getting down near the 5-minute mark, a whistle and a foul called against Coweta. It's going to be called on J.C. Ross, 5'10" senior. It's the 6th team foul, so El Reno will shoot free throws the rest of the first half.
Ross's brother played at Coweta too, and now he's playing football at Oklahoma State as a tight end.
El Reno had a problem getting the ball inbounded, and then threw a pass intended for Revelis that just got out of her reach, and Coweta gets it off the turnover. Another long three from way outside. This one's no good. Tipped around. Loose on the floor. Picked up by El Reno. Front court to Revelis. Now Macias. Way outside. Shot no good. Offensive rebound. Put back. Blocked. And taken away. Here comes Coweta. Taking it to the hole. Putting it up. Missing the shot. Follow attempt is good. Right place, right time. Right there for Hannah Meadows. And that once 12-point lead is now 4. Now Reno with the basketball out top between the circles. Ariana Long leaves for Revelis. Free throw line. Penetrate, put it up, too strong, no good. Good rebound inside, taken away by Ross, and here comes Coweta once again on the attack. And once again a lefty layup. And Bryce and El Reno needs a timeout. Great rally for Coweta. They trailed 17-5, but since then they've outscored El Reno 17-7. They've cut it to 2, 24-22. The lead now. We have 3:28 left to go in this first half of play. Hey, here's a reminder to check out the latest episode of Driven Sunday evening at 5:30 on this week's Driven. Bead Mania. It's Mardi Gras in New Orleans, and Tom Gregory hitches a ride in one of the city's most famous carnival parades. Plus, from Newport, Rhode Island to Lincoln, Nebraska, we get inside looks at 2 of the nation's best car museums. It's on Your View, Channel 93, Sunday at 5:30.
Coweta taking a little bit of a page out of the El Reno playbook, Steve. The last couple of possessions, defensively, they've turned them over, gotten a rebound, and quickly, one pass up the court, and getting an easy bucket.
You gotta like the way Bryce, she right-handed shooter, but it almost seems when she handles the basketball like she's left-handed dominant. And she's able to get inside and put the shot up off the glass. She's been there before, you can tell. El Reno off the inbounds pass, missed the initial shot, gets the second one to go, and a foul as Kira Davis continues to work her magic for El Reno. Gets the and one and opportunity. That'll give her 8 on the night. But she misses the free throw. El Reno's not been very good at the stripe. Ball fake, penetrate, dump inside. Tough hook shot up and good.
Lexi Mercer, her first points of the game. She averages 15 on this team, and they need to get her going.
2-point game, near takeaway. Bushy head down low, could have been called for the double dribble perhaps. Instead, El Reno keeps it, moves it around the perimeter. Good dump pass inside, left hand up and good for Kira Davis. She's into double figures now with 10. But driving it right back, Madison Weed up and good for 2.
It looked like Coweta was going to get run out of the gym early, down by 12 in that first quarter. Under a minute to go, and they kind of caught fire at the end of the first, and it's carried over here to the second quarter.
Entry pass. Nice pass, left hand up and good. 2 more for Davis. 30-26. Shot for 3 from the outside, front of the rim. Skips off long, no good. Evans Thompson with the rebound, takes it length of the floor, had it roll off the front. Ball was tipped to her. It's knocked out of bounds. It goes off of Evans Thompson, and it'll be Coweta basketball.
Well, she is just so smooth. Isn't she getting the ball down the court? I mean, you don't think she's that quick, and next thing you know, she's by everybody trying to hit a layup.
2 teams match up pretty well, as you said, after the start that had El Reno on top 17-5. Coweta has answered back. Trying to cut more into that lead. Missed the shot, got the offensive rebound, but lost it. Lady Indians back the other way. Ashlyn Evans-Thompson. Baseline Bushy head. Penetrate. Ball fake, travel. They call the travel on Davis. The El Reno fan section didn't appreciate the call a whole lot. You can see the ire in some of their eyes right there. Minute 15 left to go here in the first half. Coweta with the basketball, trailing by 4. Bryce out top. Under a minute to play. Long shot for 3 from deep outside is up and good. Allison Mercer with her third 3, and it's a 1-point ball game. See how El Reno wants to play it with 40 seconds remaining in the half.
Well, Coweta has really rallied here in this second quarter, Steve, haven't they?
They really have. Put on a fine show. Bushy head down low. Puts it up and good for her first 2 points of the night. 3-point lead. 20 seconds left to go before halftime. Long 3 again. This one front of the rim, no good. El Reno rebounds. Quick outlet pass. 6 seconds left. Evans-Thompson left hand layup is good for 2. And that's the way the first half is going to end. Well, Reno got out to a big lead. They led it at one time, 17-5. They were up by 12, but as we go to the halftime intermission break, it's a 5-point lead now for El Reno as they are on top of Coweta by a score of 34-29. Halftime, we'll check all the stats, check out some of the highlights as well as we get ready to talk about second half action. Of course, we still have 2 more games later down the road tonight, and that will feature a matchup at 7 o'clock between Piedmont and East Central, and then at 8:30 it'll be Pryor and Ardmore, and that'll wrap it up. In case you missed it, Eisenhower won the first contest of the 5A Girls State Championship as they defeated Will Rogers 40-38. Right now, let's go down on the floor. Mike Ziegenhorn standing by.
Douglas jumped out to a quick start and they hopped right back in, didn't they?
Yes, they did. They have some really quick guards. We got to do a better job in transition, making sure we stop ball. And then the other thing is we got to make sure that we get and close out on people, make sure that we get out there on their shooters and make sure that they don't get open looks like they are getting.
Offensively, you had to be happy with your team. They're just running and getting up and down the court.
Yes, that's what we like to do. We try to push on all makes and all misses and make sure that we just get up the floor and try to get easy baskets in transition.
All right, good luck second half.
All right, thank you.
All right, Steve, back to you.
All right, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. 5A Girls State quarterfinal action. Right now, we're at halftime. El Reno on top of Coweta, 34-29 our score. As we said, we'll come back with our halftime show that'll feature stats and highlights and probably another interview or 2 along the way.
It's the one and only Ford Truck Month, the place to find one-of-a-kind deals on Ford F-Series and the brand with the most J.D. Power, IQS, and Appeal awards. With best-in-class towing and torque, these bad boys make the rules and break them. That's why it's America's best-selling truck 42 years straight. But like ribs at a barbecue, these deals won't last long. Ford Truck Month. It's buy now time, partner. Now during Ford Truck Month, get $22.50 cash back on the 2019 Super Duty. Only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
My name is Dylan Straup, and I am the general manager of iFly Indoor Skydiving in Oklahoma City. So iFly is a multifaceted company that uses wind tunnels to deliver the dream of flight to all of our customers, while also delivering the sport of body flight. And we also use our wind tunnels to help professional skydivers from all around the world train. We recently partnered with iFly with DreamWorks Universal Studios to bring our customers a video from the How to Train Your Dragon movie. The video gets customers fully immersed in the world of Burke from the movies and also gets you guys up close and personal to a couple of the key characters from the movies. The How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality video is a highly exhilarating one that our instructors take customers through from start to finish. There are a lot of breathtaking descents, sharp turns and maneuvers through and around cliffs, and they make sure that you get up close and personal and even have to maneuver around some of the characters from the movie. The video is fun for all ages, no matter whether you're young, old, or a kid that's seen all the movies and is the biggest fan in the world. iFly is the only place that has the How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality experience.
Coming up this week on Oklahoma Sports Scene, we'll have the head football coach of the University of Tulsa, Philip Montgomery, and the voice of the Golden Hurricane, Bruce Howard. Jay Smith, the former University of Oklahoma football player who has a very interesting story and will tell us about that in his book. And then, of course, we have Henry Primo because it's Mardi Gras week.
Right.
And then for the coach and the student athlete of the month and a quick excerpt of how the state championships are going to go in basketball, Barry Lewis from the Tulsa World.
Join us on Oklahoma Sports Scene. Look forward to having you with us.
Welcome back. Halftime score has El Reno on top of Coweta during your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. Girls Class 5A semifinals. Good matchup to this point. Let's take a look at the highlights and tell the story on how we got where we are, Mike.
Yeah, it was all El Reno early on, Steve. They were just inside. Coweta had trouble scoring the basketball. They finally got something going about midway through that first quarter. Ashlyn Thompson, though, had a big first half for El Reno, the Lady Indians. She had a big 5 out of 6, 10 points in that first half. But then Coweta caught fire last minute of the first quarter. They were down 17-5. They got back into it, made it 19-11 at the end of one. Got to within 2, and it was a pretty solid first half, really, for both teams.
Should be a promising second half as well. We've already seen one great game here this afternoon as you see the wrap-up of the highlights from that first half. Coweta getting back in striking distance, and then a nice basket here by Ashlyn Evans-Thompson as she gets the walk-through, the and one opportunity. And then some big baskets out there by Allison Mercer, knocking down the 3 ball for Coweta to keep them close. Halftime score, it's El Reno on top. They lead Coweta by a score of 34-29. It's your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. We'll take a timeout and continue with more.
It's the one and only Ford Truck Month, the place to find one-of-a-kind deals on Ford F-Series and the brand with the most J.D. Power, IQS, and Appeal awards. With best-in-class towing and torque, these bad boys make the rules and break them. That's why it's America's best-selling truck 42 years straight. But like ribs at a barbecue, these deals won't last long. Ford Truck Month. It's buy now time, partner. Get 0 for 72 months with 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days plus $2,500 cash back on F-150. Only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
For many kids, just showing up to school is a challenge. Staying through graduation is even harder. So at communities and schools, we do just what our name says. Our staff brings a community of resources to meet each student's needs right in their school, doing whatever it takes to keep kids focused so they see what we see, a bright future. Join in at communitiesinschools.org.
It's about cars, about why we love them, the roads we drive, and the places we go. Driven, from the classics to new tech and toys to more than a couple laps around the track. Driven tells the stories from the road with a few car buying tips and some advice to keep your car on the road and off the rack. Sundays at 5:30 on Your View. Driven, the drive, the adventure.
Welcome back to the Mabee Center. As you can see, the El Reno Lady Indians, they're back out on the floor. They have a 5-point advantage here at the halftime intermission as they lead Coweta by a score of 34-29. Let's take a look at those first half stats. Mike, anything stand out to you there?
Well, look at that. I mean, the field goals where El Reno shooting 50% from the field, Steve, 51.7. Coweta really rallied. They were shooting about 20% after the first quarter, but 42% for them. And then the 3-point field goals. Coweta's hit 4 up. El Reno doesn't shoot that many because they're shooting a heck of a lot of layups. They're getting up and down the court so quick. Turnovers, pretty close. And El Reno with 21 rebounds. They're getting a lot of the loose balls and taking the rebounds. They've got 7 offensive rebounds, and that's making a big difference.
Yeah, plus 10 on the rebounding side for El Reno. Want to remind you that we'll continue our action tonight. Ford Game of the Week has more live basketball this evening. Tune in to Your View 3 as East Central takes on Piedmont at 7, and then after that it'll be Ardmore and Pryor. All coming up tonight right here on Your View. We'll take a timeout. Be back with more.
If you want a car from a company that's been building them for 115 years, get a Ford. If you want Waze and Amazon Alexa compatibility, get a Ford. If you want a car that doesn't have any of that, get anything but a Ford. Otherwise, you're going to want a Ford.
Drive a new 2019 Ford Escape now with $4,500 total savings. Only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
My name is Dylan Straup, and I am the general manager of iFly Indoor Skydiving in Oklahoma City. So iFly is a multifaceted company that uses wind tunnels to deliver the dream of flight to all of our customers, while also delivering the sport of body flight. And we also use our wind tunnels to help professional skydivers from all around the world train. We recently partnered with iFly with DreamWorks Universal Studios to bring our customers a video from the How to Train Your Dragon movie. The video gets customers fully immersed in the world of Burke from the movies, and also gets you guys up close and personal to a couple of the key characters from the movies. The How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality video is a highly exhilarating one that our instructors take customers through from start to finish. There are a lot of breathtaking descents, sharp turns and maneuvers through and around cliffs, and they make sure that you get up close and personal and even have to maneuver around some of the characters from the movie. The video is fun for all ages, no matter whether you're young, old, or a kid that's seen all the movies and is the biggest fan in the world. iFly is the only place that has the How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality experience.
Welcome back, everybody. We are at halftime, just about ready to get started on the second half action here between Coweta and El Reno. It'll be the semifinal actions later on tomorrow. And right now, let's go back down to the floor with Mike Ziegenhorn.
All right, thanks a lot, Steve. Coach Crace, you got down 17-5. What was going on?
Just really nervous, missed a lot of shots. They shot the lights out, and we couldn't buy a basket. Kind of weathered the storm, and proud of our kids for weathering the storm. And we knew they'd make a run, but that's what good teams do. When they make runs, you make a run back. And proud of our kids for stepping up and just making a run back. So,
and key for the second half, maybe stop their transition?
Transition and rebounding. I know that's cliched, but if we rebound and get back in transition, we should be fine.
Hey, go Coach. They're already on the court. Appreciate it. Coach Crace, Steve, over to you.
All right, as he said, and as we mentioned, they were -10 on the rebounding side of things. So obviously he knows his team better than we do, and he knows what his girls can do and what they have to do if they're going to come out on top here in this second half of play. We're all set to go. Second half action on your Oklahoma Ford dealers game of the week. El Reno will have the basketball as we begin play. They led by as many as 12 in that first half, 2 different times. It was cut to 1. That was as close as it got in the second half of play when it was 30-29. And right now we stand at a 5-point basketball game, make it 7 as Ashlyn Evans-Thompson gets the bucket. She now has a dozen on the evening. Pretty salty for a freshman.
And you can see why she's already getting that D1 interest, Steve, even as a freshman. Get some looks from some of the state schools and around the region.
A lot of girls' talent in high school basketball, and to me that's always one of the great things of doing what we get to do, Mike, is calling these games and then watching so many of them go on to the next level, be it boys or girls. Bushy head, nice cut after the initial pass. Ravelis up and good for 2. Nine-point lead once again. Coweta misses the first shot. Rebound by Macias. Ravelis surveys the floor. She has 2 different shoes on, Mike. Is that something new?
First for me.
Here's the shot.
I've done that before, but not on purpose, right?
In the dark, right? Yeah. I understand.
Different colored socks, different colored shoes.
Okay, I know where you're going. I'm not going to admit to it, but been there, done that. 9-point advantage. Coweta needs an answer. Here's the shot. No good. Offensive rebound, lost it off the fingertips and out of bounds and back over to El Reno.
Lexi Mercer tried to grab it, just couldn't contain the basketball, but as I mentioned the first half, 23% three-point shooting out of this El Reno team. They don't take a bunch of threes, and when they do, they don't really hit them, but that's why you see them getting up and down the court and in transition and hitting a lot of easy buckets.
Shot there, missed, no good. Rebounded by Madison Wheat. She drives, left hand, baseline, throws it up, missed it. Offensive rebound, missed the easy putback. Nobody was there, but unable to finish.
J.C. Ross. Ross is a senior, Steve. One of 2 seniors on this team and a 4-year starter. When she was a freshman on this team, they only had 7 players.
Wow.
So this team has really evolved, as I mentioned in the first half. Coach Crace has come in and kind of changed the culture at Coweta and what they're doing basketball-wise.
Free throw. El Reno had a hard time with free throws in that first half. They were 4 of 7. Davis at the stripe here misses her first. She has 12 points on the afternoon.
And as a team, that's another area that kind of struggling. Just a 60% free throw shooting team on the season.
Makes 1 of 2. Back to a double-digit 10-point lead for El Reno. Coweta's not scored yet here in this second half. Bryce. Up top between the circles. Gets the screen. Now drives, lefty layup. No defender left their feet. Bryce is only 5'5", so she had the shot blocked, and El Reno has the basketball with a chance to extend their lead.
Yeah, tough shot against 2 taller defenders, for sure.
Loose ball on the floor, alternate possession. And it will belong to Coweta.
Another turnover for El Reno. 10th turnover of the game for the Lady Indians.
Coweta still looking for their first points in this second half. As we near the 5-minute mark. 10-point advantage for El Reno. Baseline pull up, no good. El Reno does a good job on blocking out, and then the outlet pass to Revelis. Revelis is going to drive it, put it up, good for 2.
Good move to get by Bryce, who decided I'm not going to hack her and pick up a foul, and she got the easy lay-in.
12-point lead once again, 3rd time in the ball game, matches the biggest lead of the contest, and Coach Crace wants to take a timeout.
Yeah, not the way that he wanted his team to start the second half. Similar to how they started the game, Steve. They struggled coming out of the gate. Took them about 3 or 4 minutes to get something going offensively, and here we are, second half, 3.5 minutes in. They still have yet to score a point.
41-29 is our score, with El Reno on top in our contest. Let's take a look and see what has helped El Reno get to this 12-point advantage. Working it outside and inside, getting it in there to number 24, Davis. And then Bushyhead going to find Revelis underneath the basket, going to put it up and good for 2. And the El Reno student section and fans enjoying it right now as their team's back out on top again with a 12-point advantage.
El Reno has done it with great ball movement. They've won 5 in a row coming into this one, 6 of their last 8. And they kind of got on a roll late in the season, finished 16-10 overall coming into this tournament.
Eisenhower has already won. They will play the winner of this contest here. Eisenhower defeated Will Rogers 40-38 was the final score here this afternoon. Still 2 more games yet to be played tonight. Piedmont and East Central, and also Pryor versus Ardmore.
Rice couldn't get it to go. Got by the defense, just couldn't finish. Can update you on a boys score, 6A, Putnam City West leading Booker T, 32-26 at the half.
Good close game there. Thompson gets another bucket, now the biggest lead of the afternoon at 14.
Coweta finally gets on the board here in the second half, Linda Bryce.
Coweta's gotten themselves in a position now where they can't afford to just trade baskets. Still a long way to go in this one. Thompson tried to go up, was denied, tries again to go up. This time she's fouled on the play. Michelle, she's played a lot of basketball, can't you?
Her IQ is just unbelievable. It's off the charts, and she's got a knack for knowing where to get, a position to get in, where to get the basketball. She knows it's going to be missed by somebody, and then just finding the open spot to drive in. Got a smooth shot, too, from the foul.
Really does.
Yeah, just a freshman. 5'8".
Makes both from the free throw line.
I mentioned how young Coweta is. I mean, this El Reno team, 4 sophomores, a freshman, who's Thompson, who's playing a lot, 2 juniors and 3 seniors.
That's a name to remember for the future. Drawing low-level D1 interest as a freshman. You can bet that's only going to go up and up and up. Here she comes again on the rush. Walks through, had it taken away, stripped. Good job by Coweta defensively. $14-point advantage, however, for El Reno. Open look at a 3, downtown and good. Big bucket right there by Lexi Mercer.
Coweta needed that. They've really been struggling to score here in quarter number 3.
Thompson again, fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. I noticed the same thing you did last time. I mean, I would bet on her at the free throw line most any time. She is drawn there. She just has that touch and knocks it in again. 15 points on the afternoon. Second one on the way. She got them both again. Biggest lead of the afternoon, now at 13. Baseline shot up, no good. As Wheat tries to inspire some offense from her Coweta team. Free throw spins out, no good. Substitutions in for Coweta. J.C. Ross checking back in, as well as Linda Bryce.
Yeah, quick breather for both of those players.
Second free throw is good.
Coweta comes out some full court pressure.
Inside, nice work to find Kira Davis.
Bryce is quick too. I mean, she just blew by the defense at midcourt and attacked the basket. We just found themselves in a 14-point hole here in the second half.
Third time they have been up by 14, but at the free throw line. Wheat misses the first. She averages 10.5 points per game. Also comes away with 5.5 rebounds and 5 assists per contest. Gets the second one to go. .226 left to go here, third quarter. Full court pressure now. In the lineup, Kenzie Holstead, sophomore for El Reno. She gets bumped by Ross. It'll be the 15th foul against Coweta.
Foul number 22, J.C. Ross, her fourth personal.
Ross doesn't check out. That's her 4th foul.
Allow it straight into the post. And called for the travel. She tried to back down. As you can see, Coach Douglas, not sure she saw the same thing. She felt like her player was being pushed from behind.
Jasper Hooks with the call. The official, you see him there at the top of your screen. Jasper played here at ORU college basketball. Joined by Thomas McBride and Marcus Crandall. Got 2 east side and a west side official out here on the court this afternoon. OSSA, Mike Whaley, they do a great job, don't they, lining up the officials, getting everything organized for this tournament?
All the little things that people just don't think about. There's a shot from 3 from the outside. Up and good is Mercer. It's her 4th 3 of the afternoon, I believe. So 49-39 cuts it back down to a 10-point lead. El Reno in the bonus the rest of the way. Lady Indians still have some fouls to give on their end.
Coweta's already committed 6, and that's not good. You don't want that many heading to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, especially when you're trailing too.
They've talked about some rules changes in high school, Steve, and one of them is 5 fouls per quarter before you shoot, and they don't reset everything, or they do reset it after the end of each quarter, because you've had games where they've had 7 fouls 4 minutes into a quarter, and you got the whole rest of the half of the game where they're shooting free throws. Oh, big steal.
Rolls it in. It was Holstead first, and then Revelis after that with the answer, and now it's back to a 14-point lead again.
Still no real panic in Coweta, but they've really shot themselves in the foot here in the second half.
Good job again by Madison Wheat. Draws the attention with the left-hand dribble. Then the quick jump pass.
Yeah, they've been doing it all game. I mean, even after a made bucket like that, it's 2 passes, 1 from out of bounds and 1 up court. And they're in a position to score, and instead they slow things down here in the final minute.
Well, Reno running a little weave out top to.
It's that Harlem Globetrotters high weave, isn't it?
Working some clock right here. Final 40 seconds, loose basketball. Over and back going to be the call, and it's going to give it to Coweta. Coach Douglas for El Reno says, well, Coweta got a hand on it.
Looked like it might have been tipped, and actually, she should be thankful they called it. It looked like Coweta might have got a layup out of it.
Maybe so. Lady Tigers trailing by 12. 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Girls quarterfinal matchup. The winner of this contest will take on Lawton Eisenhower tomorrow morning at 10:30.
I kind of understand what Coweta's doing, but you got to score. Spending the last 45 seconds here of the quarter burning clock. They need points.
4 seconds left. Now in trouble. 3 seconds. Makes the pass. At the buzzer, the shot will count if it goes off the back iron, no good. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. The Lady Indians from El Reno, they lead it by 12 after 3. 53-41 our score on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. We'll take a timeout. Fourth quarter around the corner.
Ford Expedition has more second and third row legroom than Tahoe. More cargo room, better fuel economy, and as J.D. Power calls it, the best large SUV in initial quality and vehicle appeal. Guess you better make room in the garage.
Drive Expedition today with 0% financing for 60 months, plus $2,000 total savings, only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
For many kids, just showing up to school is a challenge. Staying through graduation is even harder. So at communities and schools, we do just what our name says. Our staff brings a community of resources to meet each student's needs right in their school, doing whatever it takes to keep kids focused, so they see what we see, a bright future. Join in at communitiesinschools.org.
Welcome back, everybody, as we get ready for fourth quarter action. Coweta's got to dig themselves out of a 12-point deficit as we head to the fourth quarter. El Reno with the basketball to start things. Coweta's definitely turned up the defensive pressure. They're going to get the steal. Outlet pass. Drive away. Layup is good. That's how they want to do it. Right there, Linda Bryce with the 2 points.
A good break for Coweta. Again, getting the ball quickly up court after a turnover or a missed shot, and then getting an easy bucket. They need a couple of those here to start quarter number 4, Steve, to get back in this one.
Yeah, and as we see right here, free throws are going to become very important. Revelis going to the stripe, 11 points on the night. Shoot the 1-and-1. We talked about that 1-and-1 a while ago, Mike. And they know they've got that all the way through, and chances are they'll be shooting 2 before very long. Misses the second, however, they get the offensive rebound, missed that, goes off of El Rino, out of bounds, and over to Coweta.
Wow, big break for Coweta. I mean, El Rino had a gift handed to him and could take advantage. That would have pushed this lead back out to 13. Got to take advantage of those opportunities when you get them.
Good drive there once again. Linda Bryce. So just attacks the basket.
Yeah, that's all she's been doing here in the second half. They haven't been able to slow her down.
She'll shoot 2 here.
She's got 14 to lead the way. Hit those free throws.
She's just a sophomore. Second one, missed them both. Lady Indians back down the floor, get it in the hands of Revelis. Wide open left side, penetrate, shot up, no good. Tie basketball. And once again, it will belong to Coweta. Seems like every tie ball has been Coweta's, but obviously it changes during.
Right, well, in the quarter possession, right. So they flips it. They just had to get the jump ball every time the arrow's pointed toward them. You're right, I thought the same thing, man. They've gotten every jump ball.
Yeah.
So they're not switching the arrow.
Coweta now on offense, trying to get it back to a single-digit lead. Trip on the play. That's going to be a foul against El Rino.
Maybe Bryce trying to do a little bit too much there. It's good ball movement by Coweta, but this El Rino defense is giving him a little bit of fits.
Third foul on Evans Thompson.
They haven't had many open shots, and then a turnover on the inbound.
And she traveled. She faked the pass.
Double dribble. He called the double dribble. He might have missed that one. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it was more of a travel, don't you?
Yeah. 2 officials going to talk about it, but it's going to stay the same. Coach Douglas, palms turned skyward, saying, "What do you mean?" Got to fight through it. Coweta with the basketball.
Officials make mistakes just like players make mistakes, right?
Yep. Long shot for 3 is good.
Linda Bryce carrying the load here in the second half. She's got 17, turning it up with that 3.
8-point ball game. Still 6:50 left to play. Baseline. Revelis kicks to the corner. Shot for 3. Halstead misses. Rebound Coweta. You can start to feel the momentum change here.
Bryce again. Or no, that was Wheat.
Maybe forced that one. I think they know now that she loves to go to her left. Corner, Halstead, double teamed. And the timeout taken by El Rino. 5:44 left to go in regulation. El Rino has led all the way through. They've led by 14. They've led by as few as 1. That was late in the second quarter.
Yeah, they have not trailed in this basketball game. We haven't even been tied.
No.
Coweta got into a big hole early on, rallied back, got to within a pair late in the first half. El Rino led it by 5 at the break, and they've extended that lead here in the third and fourth quarter.
But you can feel the momentum shifting, can't you?
Yeah,
I can anyway.
A little bit, yes.
And maybe lunch, I'm not sure.
What's for dinner, by the way?
Yeah, I don't know. You're the guest up here.
I'll buy you dinner. No, you're the guest. This is my home
that's
park.
what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
You're getting low blood sugar. You need to eat, don't you?
As long as somebody feeds us.
We'll get to eat.
Okay.
I'll treat. I treat Don King, but he's probably got to leave and go to a game somewhere else.
Yeah.
Right? Yep.
Don helping us out on the stats side, as well as so much of the information on a lot of these teams here playing today and again tonight. Don't forget, we have 2 games coming up this evening.
Don will be on the franchise radio tonight.
Hook pass inside, left hand, too strong, no good. Looked like easy shots for El Reno, unable to convert. 8-point ball game. Coweta with the basketball. Still 5:10 to play. Madison Wheat. Now to Ross, back to Wheat.
Coweta still with 4 timeouts. Coach, almost looks like Coach Price wants to call timeout, knowing what a big possession this is. They really need to cut it to 6.
Here's the 3 from the outside. Just long, no good. And the rebound secured there by El Reno.
Wow, what a steal.
Steal taken away by Wheat. Wheat's going to drive in, pulls up, does not commit the charge. That's a big turn of events right there, and now it's a 6-point ball game.
Now Big Mo has shifted. I feel it, Steve.
Okay. 4:20 left to go in our ball game.
That is not the meatloaf sandwich I had for lunch.
El Reno led by 14 just as recently as 49-35. Since then, it's a 13-5 run.
And they've really slowed things down offensively. This is not what El Reno is about.
Baseline shot, no good.
They're more quick, get it out in transition, up and down court. And then a foul on Coweta, that's number 8.
And going to the free throw line is the young lady they would want to see going there.
It's a wrong player to foul if you're going to foul.
Makes the first. El Reno beat MacArthur for the regional championship 63-62, then beat Ardmore for the area championship 51-37. Thompson gets them both.
6 of 7 from the line. She missed her first free throw and has hit the next 6.
Here's a drive back the other way for Coweta. Shot no good. Rebounded by El Reno. In the backcourt, full court pressure applied. Now you can see El Reno's in no hurry as they pull out the offense some. Kayla Jones out there now. Dumping inside. And Thompson walked with it. Caught it over her head and really did lose her balance. She's like, no worries, I got this.
Well, El Reno has not done this all night, Steve. I mean, it's getting them out of their rhythm.
You're right.
You know, I mean, they're getting the ball across half court instead of attacking the basket like they were earlier in the game. They're slowing it down and trying to spread it out and run clock. And you see what it's done to them offensively. They've really struggled to score.
Pass out top to Ruvelis. Macias out there. And a whistle and a foul.
We just missed a couple of big opportunities too to get back within 4 in this basketball game. Last 2 possessions they failed to score when they had an opportunity. El Reno.
Hey, I want to remind everybody, first of all, thanks for watching the Ford Game of the Week here on Your View. This afternoon's game's replay will be Monday night at 7:30 on Your View Channel 3. That's this evening's game replay Tuesday evening, 7:30 on Your View Channel 3. Always great to go back and especially if you come out of the winning end of all these games or a particular game, you can go back and maybe have a watch party or something. Everybody over to Ziegenhorn's house.
Let's go. I'll let you call my wife and tell her we're coming. How about that?
I think I'll just leave that to you. We got 2:53 left to go in this one. Long ways to go. These guys are excited.
He's chowing down. Looks like maybe some fruit, huh?
Absolutely. Some
grapes?
Yeah, grapes. All right. So to set the stage for you, alternate possession. El Reno would get the basketball. They're in the 1-and-1 the rest of the way. They lead by 8. We've got 2:45 left to play.
Coweta looking to trap anytime somebody catches the ball. Really want to try and force a turnover. El Reno not even looking to score at all, Steve. They're just wanting to run clock, and a lot of times that can backfire.
Yeah, it can.
Because you become less aggressive. Well, they had the trap at midcourt, and good job by Thompson to get him out of it. There you go.
They broke it down, and then Reveles gets the easy 2. And it's back to a 10-point lead for El Reno. Here's a 3 for Coweta. That's good.
Boy, Linda Bryce putting the team on her back here in the fourth quarter and trying to carry him to the state semifinals for the second straight year.
That 3 cuts it to a 7-point ball game. We still got 2:11 left to go.
Bryce with 20 now to lead the way for the Tigers.
Tonight's games are being brought to you by iFly Oklahoma City. DreamWorks Animation has created a unique How to Train Your Dragon 3 virtual reality experience available only at iFly.
How to Train Your Dragon. Begin rolling.
We've got all 4 of them, so. Oh yeah. Actually, I had to supply my own, but you know.
All right, welcome back to the Maybe Center. We've got 2:11 left to go here. In this fourth quarter of play, it's El Reno on top. They lead it by 7. They have the basketball. Full court pressure applied by Coweta. El Reno gets it across the timeline in good shape. Dumps the pass to Evans Thompson, who lays it up and in, good for 2.
Boy, nice. That's way to draw that up out of the break.
And then a steal.
Coach Douglas knew what they were going to do as far as pressure. That's just quick couple passes down the court and a score.
Handled that well, and then a foul called against Coweta. And so then we'll go all the way to the other end of the floor. At some point in time, it just becomes a matter of, can you make your free throws to put the game away? El Reno is right on the cusp of that as we speak. Leading by 9, and Macias at the free throw line. Makes the first.
What's big about that, the next foul against Coweta, they'll be shooting 2, no more 1-and-1 for El Reno.
Got them both. El Reno's done a good job at the stripe. They're back up by 11 now with 1:49 to play. Driving, putting it back up and good all afternoon long, Madison Wheat. Good pass. Thompson has the basketball. Good move around the perimeter. Get it in the hands of Reveles. Loose basketball out near midcourt. Going back and getting the ball, but throwing it away. Now a break the other way for Coweta. Driving in, shot high up off the glass, good for 2. Timeout called. Minute 16 remaining. And it's 62-55.
Well, Lexi Mercer was lucky, Steve. She got away with a foul. She was grabbing the offensive player down here to try and get the play stopped so they could shoot free throws. Instead, nothing was called, and she got the steal. Ended up in a turnover and 2 points for Coweta.
62-55. Jennifer Douglas, the El Reno coach. You can tell the urgency on her face. The fans feel it. And Coweta obviously does, but they know that they've got some ground to make up. Possession arrow belongs to El Reno. As Zig said earlier, any fouls committed by Coweta now result in 2 automatic free throws for El Reno. El Reno still has a foul to give. Can you take care of the basketball, and can you make your free throws? That's the questions for El Reno. For Coweta, they need stops, and they need buckets. Full court pressure, man to man. El Reno gets it inbounds, and they get it across the timeline with ease. Reach-in foul. It's going to be called on Wheat. And she'll get 2 free throws. That's 3 fouls on Wheat. Only 6 seconds went off the clock.
That's Coweta's only hope. If they're not going to trap them and stop them and force a turnover in the backcourt, you got to foul them right as soon as they cross the midcourt line and hope that they don't hit their free throws. And again, as I mentioned, this is an El Reno team 60% from the foul line as a team on the season. They are 15 out of 20 today, so 75%. Much better than their season average.
Missed the second free throw. Loose pass intercepted by Revelis. El Reno looking for their first ever state tournament win in girls basketball.
Oh.
And a push from behind by Wheat.
No push, just foul them.
That would be a 4th foul. I don't know that they call flagrant fouls or things like that in high school. But importantly for El Reno at the free throw line is Evans Thompson, who just had a great game.
Go up, kind of touch them, they'll blow the whistle.
Thompson makes both. 65-55 with 52 seconds remaining. Coweta needs some big buckets in a hurry. Lost it, turned around, threw it to a teammate. Instead, it's intercepted by El Reno. Foul from behind, clock stop, 31 seconds left. And an automatic 2-shot foul coming up for the Lady Indians. And right now it looks as though they will get that first ever state tournament victory win. Coach Gase looks on. These girls have battled back twice from double-digit deficits. It came out cold to start this second half. That's been the difference, that and the fact that El Reno has been able to make their free throws down the stretch. Revelis with another one, makes the first, makes the second. 31 seconds remaining, a 12-point lead. And barring some type of collapse here, El Reno will get that first ever girls state tournament win. Long 3 from top of the key, off the mark, no good. And the El Reno fans, they feel it. Checking into the lineup for Coweta, number 15 is Hannah Meadows, a sophomore. And Coweta now is more or less giving it up. They realize there's not anything they can do. El Reno is going to go on and win this game. Final 10 seconds of the ball game ticking off. Kayla Jones will dribble it out. And the El Reno Lady Indians have claimed their first ever state tournament win with a 67-55 win over Coweta to advance to tomorrow's semifinals, where they will play Lawton Eisenhower at 10:30 here tomorrow morning at the Mabee Center. A happy bunch of girls there for El Reno, not so happy for Coweta. Head coach Jennifer Douglas has to be thrilled with this monumental win for the El Reno girls program. Getting the victory here this evening and leading 19-11 at the end of the first quarter. Coweta got it back to within 1 right before the half, but it was a 5-point El Reno lead, 34-29 at the halftime intermission. El Reno got up by 14, but Coweta was keep coming back. Got it back down to 4 points, but were unable to get much closer as El Reno made the necessary free throws down the stretch as they get the victory. Again, our final score is 67-55. El Reno wins it, and they advance to the semifinals. Mike Ziegenhorn is standing by. Zig.
All right, Steve, things like you're not even sweating. What's the deal?
I feel like I'm sweating. I'm just really proud of my girls. They stuck to the game plan and they made adjustments whenever I asked them to, and they played really hard. So I'm just proud of them.
Yeah, great win. Second half, solid defense, and just real patient offensively, weren't you?
Yes, that's exactly what I told them to do, to make sure that we stopped number 4, and then we just made some adjustments on number 24 and made sure that we did a better job of stopping ball at half court. Those are some things that, were getting back at us. That's how they were getting, 2-pointers. So we just had to do a better job of that in the fourth quarter.
How about Ashlyn Thompson, the game she had?
Oh, she makes me so happy. She's just a freshman. I just hope that she continues to accelerate and doesn't stop growing. She is, I don't know, she's just a ball of energy. I love that girl.
Well, first win in state for El Reno in girls history. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, good luck. And Ashlyn Thompson now here, 22 points. Freshman, how is it your first appearance here in state?
I was really nervous at first, but once we came out here, it just felt amazing. We just handled business and did what we needed to do. It's just a great experience to have as a freshman, especially since, I'm starting and stuff, so it was a lot of pressure at the beginning, but we came out and we handled business, so it's what we needed to do.
How does it feel to lead the El Reno girls to their first ever state victory?
Oh, it feels so good. It was a lot of weight lifted off my shoulders, I think. All year we've been doing great, but these last couple of games, we really showed out and showed what we know how to do and what we can do.
Well, good luck. You got to be back here at 10:30 tomorrow morning.
Yes, tune in.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Steve, over to you.
All right, thank you very much, Zig. A very impressive victory and a very impressive young lady there, Ashlyn Evans Thompson. 24 points as she gets the victory here tonight. We'll come back with our post-game coming up here on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week. El Reno wins it 67-55.
It's the one and only Ford Truck Month, the place to find one-of-a-kind deals on Ford F-Series and the brand with the most J.D. Power, IQS, and Appeal awards. With best-in-class towing and torque, these bad boys make the rules and break them. That's why it's America's best-selling truck 42 years straight. But like ribs at a barbecue, these deals won't last long. Ford Truck Month. It's buy now time, partner. Get 0 for 72 months with 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days plus $2,500 cash back on F-150. Only at your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
My name is Dylan Straup, and I am the general manager of iFly Indoor Skydiving in Oklahoma City. So iFly is a multifaceted company that uses wind tunnels to deliver the dream of flight to all of our customers, while also delivering the sport of body flight. And we also use our wind tunnels to help professional skydivers from all around the world train. We recently partnered with iFly with DreamWorks Universal Studios to bring our customers a video from the How to Train Your Dragon movie. The video gets customers fully immersed in the world of Burke from the movies and also gets you guys up close and personal to a couple of the key characters from the movies. The How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality video is a highly exhilarating one that our instructors take customers through from start to finish. There are a lot of breathtaking descents, sharp turns and maneuvers through and around cliffs, and they make sure that you get up close and personal and even have to maneuver around some of the characters from the movie. The video is fun for all ages, no matter whether you're young, old, or a kid that's seen all the movies and is the biggest fan in the world. iFly is the only place that has the How to Train Your Dragon virtual reality experience.
It's about cars, about why we love them, the roads we drive, and the places we go. Driven, from the classics to new tech and toys to more than a couple laps around the track. Driven tells the stories from the road with a few car buying tips and some advice to keep your car on the road and off the rack. Sundays at 5:30 on Your View. Driven, the drive, the adventure.
Welcome back to the Maybe Center, everybody, as the place is cleared out for the most part, but it'll refill again later. We'll tell you about that in just a little bit. El Reno wins at final score here, 67-55, as they advance to tomorrow's semifinals. They will take on Lawton Eisenhower at 10:30. Mike, let's take a look at these stats and how everything bore out this evening to help explain this 12-point win by the El Reno Lady Indians.
Well, you got to look at first the shooting. They shot 50%. They only took 4 3-pointers. they were shooting everything in the lane.
Yeah, they
and
were.
that made a huge difference. They got a lot of easy buckets. They built the lead. And then the big number down low, rebounds.
Wow.
39-19. They just crashed the boards. They got 12 offensive rebounds. Part of that was Coweta's missed shots, but they were getting all the rebounds that they needed to. And once they did, they quickly moved the ball up the court in transition and scored.
They did a great job, and so did our player of the game. That is Ashlyn Evans-Thompson. And what a game she had for the El Reno Lady Indians, and she's just a freshman. Unbelievable.
She only missed 3 shots. She was 8 of 10 from the field, 8 of 9 from the foul line. She had 24 total points in the basketball game. She had 6 rebounds. She had 3 assists. She did it all, and like you said, as a freshman, just very solid, smooth, and she knows where to go. Got a very high basketball IQ.
All right, so we've got 2 games in the book. Eisenhower, I guess we could say the West Side came up away with some upsets as Eisenhower beat Will Rogers, El Reno beat Coweta, and then of course we've got the games that'll be coming up this evening here, and that will include our contests here, Ford Game of the Week. We've got at 7 o'clock, it'll be East Central taking on Piedmont at 7, and then at 8:30 to wrap things up here on Thursday, it'll be Ardmore taking on Pryor. The 5A girls quarterfinals continue tonight at 7 on your Oklahoma Ford Dealers Game of the Week right here on Your View Channel 3. For the rest of the crew and my partner Mike Ziegenhorn, I'm Steve Marshall. Thanks so much for joining us, and make sure you're back our way again this evening at 7 o'clock. More high school basketball coming your way from the Mabee Center.